What's going on, everyone? It is David Palmer, the Leo King, and Craig Skidmore here for Deep Love Tarot, your weekly astrological love horoscope reading for this week of June the 7th through the 13th of 2021. We are live here at highvibe.tv. I know that right now we don't have the banner that shows us where we go, but you can find us on our apps. Just go on Roku, your Android Play Store, or on the Apple iPhone Store and look up High Vibe TV. Make sure that you subscribe so you get all the exclusive content, the daily content, all the daily horoscopes. We have so much talent on there. We have so many different horoscopes and, of course, spiritual content that we produce here at the live at the High Vibe TV studios and everywhere across the world, literally. Make sure that you check us out. Also, check out Rising Through the Darkness, Purgatory. It is an awesome 4.5-hour presentation about these crazy times and how to really understand how to get through the shattered reality in the best way. You can get it on highvibe.tv. Click on Purgatory on your mobile web browser or on just your web. And then, of course, once you check out and purchase that awesome video that I did, you can watch it on the apps. It's in the library section once you log into your app. So definitely check that out. It is Craig and I on a new studio for Deep Love Tarot right now. How you doing, Craig? How you feeling in this new studio presence?
It's a little, it's trippy. It's a little weird. It's a little, I feel out of sorts. I don't know what's going on. It's like weird, you know, not having the graphics. I had that other banner and I put it up on there, but then it's weird. I'm going to have to make a new one for this one for that camera angle because it was blocking everything. But we're good.
We're good.
We're good. We're good.
It's Mercury retrograde time.
At the end of the day, we're making it happen.
It's time.
We're here to have a good old time.
Time to try new things.
Yeah.
Be different. You know what I mean? We should just give ourselves a round of applause more in life. You know what I mean? Because there's so many good things happening here. We try new things all the time. And actually, tonight, we are going to take a live caller. So I don't know how we're going to do this yet because we just like last minute said, okay, we're going to do a live caller. But we are going to take a live caller somewhere throughout this show and talk to you about your love. So I don't know how are we going to pick this live caller? Number one, everybody hit that like button because that's how we get the show going. Number two, because having a people, I guess it'll just be first come, first serve. Whenever we put the number up, that's just the way. But please, if you're calling just to like play around or something, we'll hang up on you live and you're going to embarrass yourself for the rest of your life. Forever. I will just post it and post it and post it and post it. I'll post it every day in my story until you are so beaten down by being embarrassed. That's what I do to all the stalkers that try to show up. I just post the video, post your Ring doorbell videos are so hilarious. So, but I won't do that to you, of course, if you're genuinely wanting to call for love. You know what I mean?
For love.
If you've never watched the show before, we are going to do a love reading for the collective first, and then we're going to go into all 12 zodiac signs by taking a look at all of them through the High Vibe
I love gold
chalice. That's right. We still got that going on here. And
debauchery.
so we're going to do all the cards, but we're also going to use the High Vibe dice. We even got a new camera going for the look at what you're going to see. Boom. That's right. Look at that. Woo, look at it, you know. I don't know if people saw all my Knights Templar rings. People thought they were rings if I was like a Freemason. No, these are Knight Templar rings, not Mason rings, by the way.
Very lovely.
They're very lovely. So I say we get into this. I'm going to talk about the astrology and give it to you tarot-wise about what's going on. Let me change my chat here. We need to get more people. I can't believe it. That's it. That's all that's here. Everybody start sharing. I guess people aren't used to us early. And everybody's saying, go earlier. And then nobody shows up. Then when we're late, it's about 1,000 people. So please share this video. Get it out there. Crazy.
Sharing is caring.
Sharing is very much caring. Well, I have a lot to say about this week, but I'm going to try and condense this down. We're in a big solar eclipse energy because it's the North Node eclipse. So when I say it's a big solar eclipse, it's the big one of the year. The one that's on the South Node is weaker always. So we're getting one solar eclipse with the North Node. It's in Gemini, and the Sun, the Moon, the North Node, and Mercury retrograde all in Gemini. And this is a big deal because Gemini itself is where the North Node actually is exalted. truth is everything right now. And we're having a deep look at a new beginning in our lives with the solar eclipse and changing the environment. These are old stories coming to an end. It's like an old dog that is really tired, very old, and definitely doesn't want to learn any new tricks or listen to anything. That we got to retire these old stories in our life. And we got to get to that Gemini energy. It's fresh, it's youthful, and be more curious. If you're not asking questions, especially if you look around in the world today and you're somebody who just believes everything that is being told to you, I'm sorry to say, with the big squares to Neptune on this solar eclipse and Mercury retrograde Cassini moment that's happening, that means Mercury is going to pass in front of the Earth and the Sun. And literally, while the solar eclipse is happening, this is a moment where the truth is going to win. And I think that people have to ask more questions. There's way too much going on. When it comes to your love life, you need to ask yourself, are you listening to your truth, or are you believing in the stories that you're creating for yourself? We have Mars also this week that is finishing in Cancer and moving into Leo. But while we're having this eclipse, it's happening with just literally almost like a day and a half later, boom, Mars is coming into Leo. So having Mars at the last degree of the zodiac that it's in, Cancer, is a big deal if it's in any zodiac. But the 29th degree brings an edge to Mars. So there's going to be an edge to this eclipse about the identification of our new personal life, what our emotions really feel. And you know what? You can't deny what you feel. And you can't believe that everything will just work out when truth and feelings and what really is going on in your environment that needs change is going to be the number one thing to pay attention to. Looking at Venus, it's in Cancer, and we're going to see Venus in Cancer square Chiron this week. We're going to see the moon after the solar eclipse meet with Venus in Cancer. That's going to happen. I think it's Friday night. Oh, no, I think it's Friday or Saturday night. No, Friday. The eclipse is Thursday. So it's Friday night. Friday night is the moon with Venus, and that's going to be a beautiful energy. But the square to Chiron, as we move into these new stories and these new changes, we're going to have to go really deep into our emotions and where they feel. And there's going to be things that definitely feel off with Chiron and Aries, but we have to wonder if it's an ego thing getting in the way, or more importantly, you're afraid to be honest about who you are. This is an honesty time with the Sun in Gemini, including with a Mercury retrograde in Gemini, including there was a solar eclipse. And I think that is very important for us, that we're going to definitely be walking in some very weird, zero guarantees water when it comes to relationships. I can tell you that, especially with Gemini and Sag nodes and eclipses, there is no guarantees. The second that you believe that you know what's going on with love, you don't. So I think it's very important for everybody. This is high breakup season, the highest it will be energetically. And it's also high just people changing their modes. But usually it's a lot of breakups. It's a lot of things that you thought were going to be one way and they turn it other direction. That's also because Uranus is going to reach 13 degrees this weekend of Taurus, and we have Saturn retrograde at 13 degrees of Aquarius. So that Uranus-Saturn square is building up and actually extremely tense, only like 13, 14 minutes apart. So we have that coming into spectrum over the next week. That's going to be after this week. And we got a solstice that's going to be coming up. We are in massive times of change, and change is the game with all the mutable energy. And more important than that, we have to remember that the Sun is going to square Neptune this weekend as well. So magical stories, yes. Delusional stories, yes. But more importantly, where is it in your truth that you have the blinders on, that you are not paying attention to, or that you're numbing yourself out in order to try and get through, hoping, which is a very South Node Sag thing, hoping that you're not going to have to face that truth, or hoping it'll go away or something will change naturally. But no, the only thing that changes is when we identify through the truth. So let's take and see what is going on through the astrology with the cards for the collective love-wise this week.
Eclipse.
What do you feel? Have you been feeling the eclipse energy, dude? Or what's the deal with you with that?
What's the deal with me? There's a whole lot going on over here.
I know there's a whole lot.
A whole lot going on and not a lot at the same time. It's almost like the calm before the storm. I know we use that analogy a bunch, but is that like revving up to kind of bust through the gates, or to fall down the wormhole? It's kind of that like teeter-totter situation. not really sure. Like I said, you know, nothing's guaranteed. Got to expect the unexpected. It's that whole vibe kind of I'm feeling with this situation. So
I feel you on that one, brother.
ready though.
All right, let's see what's going on. Our first card that we got for this week is the Seven of Swords. Uh-oh. Wow. What a way to start this collective reading. Our challenge card is the Four of Swords in reversed. Uh-oh. And we got the Queen of Pentacles in reversed as our overall card. And the way that we get through this challenge is the King of Pentacles. All right, okay. Well, I think the only solid footing that we really do have is the solid footing in knowing our value and worth. There's going to be a lot of trickster energy, lies, deception, deceits, information. Seven of Swords can also be very misunderstood because we don't know what's going on. Especially I like this depiction of the Seven of Swords because there's a lot of drawers here. There's a lot of weird things going on. That, you know, what's going on? What's in there? Is that what is going on? And I think that when people are not communicative or they're quiet or they can't, especially this challenge is the Four of Swords in reversed. Nobody is feeling very safe, I would say, and feeling like they have their structured, safe place, especially when we see this Queen of Pentacles in reversed. I mean, anything where it just doesn't feel like we would want to hold on to it or it's energetically not holding on to us in love. I mean, this is definitely where the King of Pentacles is going to show up of like knowing your value and worth and not taking on things that don't feel right to you, that don't feel that have a lot of questions to it or have a lot of, you know, too many things, like too many weird things in the cupboards that you don't know what's there and that you have to keep digging. And if you have to keep digging for information and you have to keep, you know, asking questions about it and so much of a way to where it's just like, what's going on? I also think it's interesting that there's a chess game going on here. And it's like, if it feels like this is just like stalemate energy and you know, sometimes you just have to be like, that's stalemate. It's not going to create anything, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So, you know, sometimes we have to end stalemate situations. I feel like a lot of stalemate situations come up, or even people who maybe don't know how to, like, you know, play the game, or they're acting like they know how to play the game, but they're not showing up to play the game. Why did we get that? We got the Magician reversed. Yeah, we are dealing with people who are false. We got to be careful of that. People are going to act a certain way, act like they are some way. Let me see. Oh, there we go. I'm trying to get no light on it. There we go. That is weird to get the Magician reversed with that Seven of Swords. That's the biggest trickster energy that you can get. So we got to be very wary of that in the collective this week. There could be people that really show a different side of who they are. Got the Eight of Wands in reverse too. You know, this card's a card that always is the arrows of love pointing in the direction and going towards where we want to go. This reversal is saying, like, let's not charge things, especially if we don't feel like they're going to manifest the life or feel good in the way that we want to. We're going to have to know our worth extremely this week. When it comes to the Astro Tarot, this is the only one I didn't shuffle. The only one I didn't shuffle here. Tricksters, Craig. Tricksters.
Tricksters are all around. It's being able to identify what tricks they are playing.
I know. All right, what do we got? Oh, we got the Part of Fortune. So, no matter what, the increase of good things are going to happen. Things are destined to happen in the right way, but we got to, like, follow our emotion. We can't, I don't know, go against our emotion. Also, the increase is going to be us learning from some of these situations, I feel. Like, the gift that we're getting is being able to see through the energy that's trickster or not right. I feel like especially that Magician reverse there is very false. There's a lot of false energy around. Anything built off falsity is going to fall apart. We got Stormy Waters. Stormy Daniels showed up. Uh-oh. This is going to be, like I was saying, no guarantees. 0. 0, 0, 0. And the storm is going to test your value and your worth extremely. When it comes to the shadow, I'm interested to see what we got here for the shadow. What do we got? We got Envious Gluttony. Oh, man. Ooh, I don't like this card. you know, it's almost like people could be envious of you, or if you're going to fall envious and be like, if I can't have this, then I'm like, don't take a relationship based upon like, God, I gotta have this and get too overly, like people in relationships are not like the last Dairy Queen left on the planet and the last ice cream that they're going to give out. Like, if you're feeling like it's like that, that's a problem. That's not coming from a stable place. And that's what the challenge is this Four of Swords that's in reverse there. That's quite interesting to see. What does Ganesha have to say?
Oh, Ganesha, tell us that.
I don't know. What does Ganesha have to say? Harmony. Oh, I was just speaking of that. That's so interesting. So we got harmony popping up here. We got to find things that naturally are harmonic and vibrating harmony-wise. And harmony goes in many ways. It's like music, it's got to be the same notes, the same keys, the same, rhythm. We don't want to be an energy that feels like it's just not feeling right, false, and trying to jump into things and try and carry things even when it feels like it's not in harmony. Like things that feel in harmony, it won't feel like you have to jump into it. It should naturally just be working. If you are single out there, we got the Knight of Pentacles. So, single people, keep your values and continue on the journey forward and find people who are also in their same values as you. Don't be, getting stuck on people right now. You got to keep moving forward that don't know their self-worth and their value. If you're in a relationship out there, the Tower reversed. If you're afraid of this relationship falling, then you have a problem. You need to be able to face the issues and be able to at least accept that what happens if this doesn't work out, because at the end of the day, like, you'll find more answers by being willing to accept that and probably be able to fix the relationship or at least move through it. But if you're in the, I will never end this and I will never look to see if there's anything bad, you're asking for some deep, deep, deep trouble. Our astro dice for this collective reading is, we did get Virgo in the 8th house with Venus. Venus and Virgo in the 8th. That is very detrimental in every way possible. A fault Venus in a detrimental house. We have to get to the truth of if the reality really is going to work. We got to be picky and we got to get down to like, it's all or nothing. Like this really works in my life or it does not.
In or out.
In or out. In or out, or the good way or the bad way.
Exactly.
Both.
Exactly. And the way that we get there is by making those decisive decisions. The way that we get there is taking those moments for ourselves and kind of figuring out that path that we're on. Like you're saying, that nothing is guaranteed coming up in this, but the only thing that is guaranteed is yourself. So are you going to show up for that, or are you going to bail on yourself? I think that's what it's going to come down to. That's where the strength is going to come to. That's how you're going to be able to progress forward, by knowing that you have your own back first and foremost, no matter what happens in this crazy world that we are living in, or simulation, one of the two.
Let's see who's in this crazy universe that's going to pop up first for a reading. It's Taurus. And Taurus got the reading. So the Taurans are going to go first for this one. It's okay, Greg. It's Mercury retrograde. I ain't stressing. I'm hanging out with all my dead relatives right here in this case. So you can have all the fun that you want over there, fixing it up. We will be taking a caller on today's show, but we will announce the phone number when it just feels like it's that time. And we will answer your question about love and pull you a card and give you a little bit of advice, and everybody can hear it. We'll see who has the courage to make the call. Because, everybody's like saying, oh, yeah, I'm so excited for you guys to start taking callers on shows. And we'll really see if you're really ready to take the calls. That'll be the interesting part. But as Craig is finding that all, and it's been an interesting time. I'm so much happier being on this set, even though we are still using the other set. We just last night filmed, I don't know, 3.5 hours worth of horoscopes because we're leaving for Please Don't Trip. For those that are going, because I know it's in the hundreds, we are going to be transmitting a radio station. So remember that. We will put that out on the Facebook group. We'll put that out on my Instagram, Craig's Instagram, High Vibes Instagram. And have some sort of radio with you. You can buy them on Amazon or buy them anywhere cheap, like a Dick's Sporting Goods or something, like where you just can constantly, use the little like charge system with the hand, little spin. What do you call that?
Crank system?
Crank system, I guess. That's what I have at least. And
That's
we're going to be broadcasting 24/7 throughout the festival on there, but we are going to have our high vibe area to meet up and do meetups. And we have a lot of cool things planned for you all high vibers that are coming to the event.
That's when we will be announcing the Hangouts.
Correct. So it's not just show up whenever you want on the radio waves. It'll be like at this time, and it'll be repeated throughout the radio waves because I'll be having it be looping
Also
stuff.
bring some warm clothes.
Bring some warm clothes and bring an open mind. All right, Taurus, let's see what's going on with you for this reading. I feel like Tauruses are coming in a better place. I just energetically have been feeling it. I just want to say that. First card that you got, Taurus, is you did get the Lover's card. I just literally was saying, I feel so much better.
This week.
Oh, Taurus, look at the Scorpio parties already telling the Tauruses they're going to be fucking. We got the High Priestess reverse, though, as your challenge. Uh-oh. We did get the Three of Cups. Wow, as your overall card. There is definitely a party going on for Taurus this week with love. And you did get the Knight of Swords as your way through this. So I'm seeing this as something's coming in really fast, but you're going to have to listen to your intuition. It's almost like maybe you're going to deny that something's really good. That's really weird. I know. You got the Lovers and you got the Three of Cups here. It's time for you to get in society, be more a part of things, have more fun. And this Knight of Swords is acting quick. Knight of Swords is it is the fastest card in the deck. It's faster than the Page of Swords. And I feel like this is definitely a time where your environment's going to change really fast. But there you are, almost blocking your intuition in the spiritual world that's trying to bring in this beautiful love story. Why would you do that, Taurus? Don't do that to yourself. You did get the Page of Wands with the Lovers. I mean, this is definitely a big offer coming through of a big situation that you could turn the tides in your love story. I would definitely, or your relationship, I would definitely take this offer. I would definitely, the challenge is you almost trying to block it out. Spirit's trying to bring in some beautiful energy here, and it's coming fast, and allow it to happen fast. Like, don't try and, hold your roll here. You want to throw the roll. Look at this, Three of Swords, a heartbreak card. With this Three of Cups, I think what's going to be heartbreaking for you is it's going to force you to be in a new world and around new people and a new part of society and take you to places that you're not used to going. Like, oh, we're going to go to a restaurant. Oh, we're going to go to Walmart. Oh, we're going to go here. Oh, we're going to go here. You've been so much caught up in your own little world there. You're going to have to remember that there's another world out there, Taurus. And I think that that's heartbreaking for you. But it also could be heartbreaking if you're going to put up walls to having a good time. Because you want to be like secure and safe, like be like in your own little world and like sitting in your house eating Fritos. Like, I just don't see that working out good for you in your love story this week. You could fail by your intuition and by blocking out this great fun and happiness and having joy and even learning to be friends with the person that comes in. Like, I think that that's part of it too. If you're going to be some cold-hearted bitch or dude who's just like, oh, that's nice to meet you, dude, whatever, like, and not build relationships with the people that you're falling for, not going to go down well. Or start questioning them or start trying to position their friends against the person you're in bed with. You did pull the Sag card as your Astro. It's time to open up doors. So much good luck, so much to see, so much to believe in more. You got to start believing in love again. Good news for you, Taurus. You got spiritual cleansing. This is definitely clearing out your spiritual junk, which is not listening to spirit. And I mean, that's all it really is. I think that this is a spiritual cleansing of love. I mean, you can't ask for better, literally. And your shadow card that you got here is Peaceful in the Thorns. That's got to stop. You think that you're in such a fine place already. Like, what do you mean, Leo King? Like, I'm already fine. I don't need, nothing could be better or whatever. No, you're peaceful in a place that sucks. And it's time to end that. And it's not time to heartbreak your life and go through a traumatic, bad situation of something good because you're going to stay peaceful in the thorns instead of fun in the party? Man. Wow. What does Ganesh have to say about this?
Ganesh is about to drop the hammer.
Ganesh is dropping the hammer. Wow. Determination. You know what? It's time for that fire light up. Look at that card. It's just beaming that brightness. It's just beaming just like tantric tales of Mahamudra.
It's an ocean, baby.
It's an ocean, baby. It's an ocean, baby.
Shout out.
Don't let me play that video.
Shout out.
Shout out to Mr. Hauser.
Shout out to David Hauser, Oceans of Love, my brother.
All right, if you are a single Taurus out there, you did pull the Six of Cups. I mean, building great memories, a great place for things to move on, passion and pleasure. Oh my gosh, single Tauruses are about to find some more than just a fling, something that actually could be good. It could also be could be somebody from your old school days. It could be somebody from your past too. It could be somebody that you used to have memories with.
Used to flirt with. Now
Yeah,
some kisses.
Could even be your high school sweetheart coming back. Two of Pentacles reversed. If you're in a relationship, I feel like relationship Tauruses are not a lot of them around, but the ones that are in, you're living in two different worlds, and you got to figure out how the fuck you're going to get back into the same world again. Whew, the Astro dice for the Tauruses. You know what? I got to give a round of applause. You know, it looks pretty good.
It does look good.
We got Mars here in Sag in the second house. I mean, it's definitely time to adventure forward in your life and to build something and to create something by trying new things and exploring new areas and having the determination to do that. If you don't, well, you're just going to be left alone with nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. Zada, no, and that would suck.
And guess what? You might be left all by yourself regardless, so you might as well go take the chances of love when they do arise. You might as well say yes to the opportunity instead of no. I already have it under control. I'm already fulfilled. You know what I mean? In a master's mind, there are a few possibilities. In the apprentice's mind, there are many. So put yourself out there. Let that love walk in. Maybe take their hand. Go on a little stroll in the park. Get yourself some flowers. Or maybe even, I don't know, a nice warm cup of cocoa. Whatever fits that you're in need of that day.
Yeah, maybe some massage and play lube, but you use it for hand massage.
That would be the wrong, though. It would be the opposite of the use.
You're right.
When there's lube, you got to lube it correct.
Especially if you're going to buy a radio with a crank on it.
Yeah, well, you don't want to use the crank with the lube or else you might slip and then it'd get over the solar panels, get in the crevasses of the actual
of
radio.
the speaker, and then just...
Yeah, no, it'd be like bubbly down. So, lube and radio, separate.
Makes sense.
Separate.
Makes sense. See who's next, and we will give out the phone number when it is time. I hear people demanding the phone number. You put it this way: you try and push during these times, you ain't gonna get it in life. The person who's just sitting patiently waiting and just like letting for the number to call, and then they call, will probably get it. Virgos are next, the virgins of the zodiac. Though I don't think they've been playing very virgin-like lately.
Ew.
Let's see what's going on with those Virgos out there for love. I feel like they're in a little bit of a weird space based off the astrology.
What's up?
They're in a weird space based off the astrology. We got the Strength card reversed here. Is your first card. We did get the Two of Pentacles in reversed. This is weird for the challenge that we got here. And we did get the Chariot as your overall. That's a great card, but that is the moving on card. Moving on. And you did get through this challenge, the Knight of Cups upright. Well, I think that you're going to definitely have to start moving forward emotionally again, because this Two of Pentacles reverse kind of feels like whether you're in a relationship or whoever you're dating, it kind of feels like you guys are not living in the same realities anymore. And that Strength card reversed, I mean, it's definitely for you, like, you're going to need to like realize that you're going to have to start to have to own the truth more and step into it more and have a little bit of courage of what's going on. Especially what's that courage aligned with? That Chariot card. That Chariot card's where we leave the town, that we've figured everything out, and we move on to new adventures that the divine's trying to take us to. And the Knight of Cups is about moving forward more. But with that Two of Pentacles reversed, it's almost like, I think the challenge is like, yeah, you're in different worlds, and I think that you've tried everything that you can to bring the two worlds together, but it just like is, maybe you even be put in worlds that you don't want to be with this person. That's always really shitty. You did pull, and this was upright. It was the Knight of Pentacles upright again. Or you didn't get that one. So you got Knight of Pentacles here with that Strength card reverse. It's time to start moving forward slowly with that inner strength again this week about what you need to say, what you feel of value. You need to start putting offers on the table or just pronouncing what values you need to have in a relationship and stop being so afraid to say it. I feel like you're very afraid to say it, or you're dealing with a weak person who can't manifest. I'm just going to say that one too. And you're the one manifesting. You're like, what the fuck? We're in different worlds. or it's just somebody who's throwing you in places that you don't want to be and you don't have the strength to go through it and you're too afraid to say it. You need to say it. And then if they try and backlash on you, they are not in a loving position. They're demanding. You did get the King of Swords here in reversed. So getting that with the Chariot card is like, who cares if you don't know where you're going to go next? I think that, the only way to find out where you're going to go next is by taking that Chariot leap and remember, it's always spirit that allows us to know in the Chariot card. But with that King of Swords in reverse, I feel like, don't start going, well, I'm ready to go, but I don't have exactly the exact place and understanding. That's okay. I think that part of this is about learning this process, about taking more leaps towards a happier, more emotional place where you're not caught up in some really weird positions that you're going to have to stand up for yourself more. I got a feeling that Virgos are going to have to stand up for what they want more in their life. You did pull the Libra card. This is about really going to test your relationship and see if there's true balance there or not. And I kept saying, I felt like somebody was being demanding. I got a feeling is this really fair? Is this really fair? You're going to have to ask yourself that. Whether you're dating somebody in a relationship, this is about trying to bring fairness into things, and also if it really is in alignment balance-wise and spiritually. You did get also the Divine Masculine. That's definitely a big one this week. A Divine Masculine can take care of things, including you and yourself, taking care of your own self and taking care of stuff. But also the question is, are you with an energy that's Divine Masculine in a place that allows you to move forward emotionally, or are you in a Divine Masculine that's pushing away the worlds and also doesn't know what they're doing or not manifesting? Or maybe that's that you need to start attracting in. That's the issue. Maybe you're with somebody who's actually in a bad Divine Masculine or doesn't have any Divine Masculine. That definitely is coming up a big time. You did get the Queen of My Own World, and that's probably the problem here. This shadow is either A, with yourself, especially no, spirit doesn't know the best way. I'm in control. No, you're not in control. Or you're dealing with a partner who feels like they're in massive control, and they actually don't even know where they're going. And you already know that. So it's almost like, yeah, might need to bail out of Dodge quick, but you're too afraid to get that strength card. We're gonna have to see what Ganesha has to say. What does Ganesha have to say for this? Ganesha. We got perseverance. You got to keep persevering forward. You got to keep that strength. You got to hold that tusk. Although I think that ivory tusk is a horrible thing. It's so weird seeing an elephant hold its own tusk. Very weird. Very weird card. But I think the perseverance here is the strength of no matter what hardships and crazy things, like people who cut off the tusks of elephants, there it is, persevering and moving forward and not letting it get itself down, even though it's an atrocious thing. I think that it's about staying strong and especially with that strength card reversed. If you're a single Virgo out there, you did pull the Page of Cups. It's time for you to just have more fun and enjoy life and be around energy and people that are more lighthearted and light energy because they're more in open emotional space. You also need to learn to communicate your emotion more, single Virgos out there. And if you're in a relationship, Virgo, 10 of Pentacles reversed. Foundations falling apart. 10 of Pentacles reversed definitely is where it doesn't feel like things are going well anymore. And especially look at this. All the creepy crawlers and the cockroaches are starting to come out. And instead of it being upright, this is reversed. They're falling out, literally. It almost could be it kind of feels like the structure of the relationship or even the physical home or weird stuff like that, financial issues, or just feeling like there is nothing really holding things together anymore that you're going to have to really get clear on and see if you're going to take the get out of Dodge quick or not. And stop acting like you're in control with that Queen of My World card that you got there. Your Astro Dice for this week, Virgo, are you did pull that part of fortune in Aries, and you got that in the 7th house. Not control, but taking the identification of what you want in a relationship and actually doing it. If it's not identifying with the way that you want to in a relationship, that's not going to give you fortune. Only fortunate way is identifying what you want, who you want, what you want out of your relationship. And if that's not showing up, then no fortune will be had because you are not taking that action towards the relationship stuff that you want it to be. And I think that is very important to be clear because it's almost like you might be trying to say you've been taking identification and action, but if it's not working, it's not fortune because it's not identified with the right harmony and balance. You did pull the Libra card there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very easy to kind of just go with the flow when it comes to relationships, or even when it just comes to our life and we're getting into it. We feel like, maybe we have all these high expectations, or maybe we have low expectations because we're not feeling right in our own power. Maybe we've given our power away to past lovers, to past relationships, or just past individuals as a whole. And so it's time to find ourselves again. It's time to find that strength and be able to stand up on yourself. stand up by yourself, and maybe on someone's neck if need be. But being able to tap back into your power is going to be that absolute joy. It's going to be that absolute fulfillment once you meet that partner. It's going to be like that, like a lock almost. Just finding that perfect fit, David. You know what I mean?
I know.
That perfect fit. You never want to leave.
You just want to make it your home.
You just want to live there.
Yeah.
Forever. Yeah.
No, actually, I do. Although, I want to ask you about this story. Did you see about the Masters? Or no, wasn't the Masters? It was just a PGA Tour this weekend, and that dude is killing it. He's about to win the whole tournament.
$2 million.
They pulled him out because of testing positive for CV. But
I don't even know if he tested. He was with somebody that tested positive.
It's something just so stupid and so weird.
It's a bunch of bullshit.
And I just am like looking at the world, and then like you see everybody around him giving him a hug about it. Like I'm like, okay, like this is on national television, and now they're using that clip for more people to go get the shot. I'm like, oh
get the shot.
My
you can get the
God.
shot and still test positive, and then lose out on $2 million.
Like that guy and Bill Maher couldn't film his show. Like more people are getting it that got the shot than didn't. That's the funny thing is the news has done a good job in the last week of being like, well, the rates of people, they don't give you the number. They don't give you the numbers. That's what's been weird.
Well, and they'll say it doses. So a lot of people have gone the first, but then they don't go back for the second.
I just think it's somebody just said, what garbage?
Garbage.
Garbage. Oh,
It's a
yes.
spicy
In the
meatball.
basura. Yes. The garbage. You know what? I can't believe I am seeing what I am seeing, but it is time for a Scorpio party.
Oh, damn right it is. It's an early party. It's what is it when the grandparents go out for dinner? What's that called when they get a little discount?
Well, it's called like eating up the senior menu, AARP
we're
discount.
The senior menu. We're getting old because
You guys are
berries,
chasing down with some prune juice.
Because there ain't no party like a Scorpio party, baby. Time to get weird. Time to get weird up in here.
Yeah. So that computer's having fun. The way to fix that computer, actually, if you just put it on the cards for 1 second.
We're learning on the fly. That's how we do it.
It's a very Mercury retrograde moment.
We're going live and direct. As you can hear, the computer is fanning itself off in the background. There are many colors radiating from it. There's a blue, a green, a pastel, almost iridescent glow. We're welcoming. That thing is pumping. 2,280 RPM. The fan is balanced. The pump is quiet. The temp, 40 degrees Celsius. On a Monday night here in Huntington Beach, California. 2 men, a computer, 2 lights, 3 cameras. As you can see, my hand. Hello, everybody. Brief intermission here at the High Vibe TV studios.
Pump.
Pump it up. Pump it up. Pump it good. Pump it hard.
Oh, there we go. See that? Cool. Oh,
Yes, this is a guided meditation.
yes.
Close your eyes
Yes.
and listen
Pump.
to the sound
Pump.
that are radiating through your speakers.
Pump.
Pump it good. Pump it hard. Pump it long. And more of this in Utah at Don't Trip Music Festival. Please don't trip.com. Use code LeoKing in all capitals.
Would be good. It was on Quiet Fan. Running
The Quiet Fan and the Quiet Woman.
Running a wild show.
Oh, we're back.
We're back. But it's time for that. The Scorpio party definitely came out.
Got too hot.
So it looks like already, if you just think about it, with Scorpios, they're going to be taking their shirts off.
Everyone take your shirt off out there.
They're going to be in Hotland, or it's just going to be like Crazyville. So one or the other.
I like hot and crazy.
First card that we got here is the Five of Wands. Look at that. Look at the fire on that Five of Wands. Whoa. We did get as your challenge card here. Ooh, the Heartbreak card here. Ooh. Three of Swords. Definitely going to be an intense week for Scorpios. We got the Three of Pentacles here. A little love triangle action, possibly.
Ooh, a little menage a trois.
Or just, wow. And we got the Seven of Pentacles. At least not the Seven of Swords. I think that this one is just a pretty simple one. It's like five of Wands is like, hey, go after it. Like, there might be things that are going to be conflicting, but really that's where the edge and the positive aspects happen in love, I feel. Like, it's going to be intense. Like, don't be afraid to show up. There's different angles, there's different things, but also it's a card of sport. It's a card of, getting in things and figuring it out. Like, it's like being in sports. Like, there's different plays that you might have to do. And I think the challenge is going to be if you're heartbroken, if you're not going to try everything that you got. Like, who cares? Try whatever you got. Like, if you're just going to expect things to just go one way this week in love and just stick to that one way, you're going to fail and you're going to be heartbroken, especially with that Seven of Pentacles. It's all about that hard work. You get a good return back. So there's definitely it's not just going to be easy. So don't get frustrated and go heartbroken because, you're going to get the best returns. And don't worry about what other people are doing because don't worry about, especially because Scorpios get jealous, don't think there's a third party, or don't you start getting into a third party or trying to be like, oh, well, let me talk to someone else in life or whatever because I'm not feeling it here. It's like, give it your best shot and keep firing away. You know what I mean? You got to keep firing away.
That's good.
We got that Five of Wands with the Fool card. You know what? It's about having a good time and having the fun and living in the good life with it. That energy that's having a good time. You know what? I gotta fix the hold on. Keep there.
Autofocusing, baby. Hey, well,
this should finish it.
We're gonna finish it.
Let's see if this fixed it. The Fool. Yeah, that fixed it. There we go.
Crispy.
But with that crispy Five of Wands there, I feel like give it your best shot in every way possible. Definitely don't be afraid to get involved. Look at how there is a Joker at the top of that, and then we do have the Fool card, having a good time. I love this Fool card because it's like, look at the good time being had. They might be dumb at what they're doing, right? Like, are they creeping in the wrong part of energy, or are they just having fun? You don't know. But I think that this is about having a good time and not taking things so seriously, but realizing it does take work to put things in. Why'd you get that Three of Pentacles? Oh, Queen of Cups. This is about comfort emotions and realizing who's there emotionally. And you're going to have to also yourself kind of secure emotional position, opposed to spreading your emotional seed too far into too many things. So, and also if you're dealing with somebody who's not willing to put emotion in and put too many emotions in other people, well, then that's probably not for you, Scorpio. That's the best when people are willing to, pour emotions there. Or it could just be that, you have to learn that they have friends that just, or they want to make friends and they're, chilling out. If they're giving you the other emotion and they're securing that place for you emotionally, these other people might not be about lovers. It could be friends. It could be other things. It might don't take things out of context this week. Because I think that Three of Swords definitely in the middle of there, the challenge is the issue. It's just work hard and you won't be heartbroken, and just stay at kind of the traditional way of things go, opposed to taking things out of context. You did get the solar eclipse card, and we got a solar eclipse this week. This is definitely going to be a life-changing week when it comes to love for the Scorpios. Oh, my gosh. Wow. That is, with the Fool card and the Five of Wands, definitely it's a new story for you about really putting more of your best shot and firing away in every way that you can and having a good time. And for you, this is in your 8th house, right? The solar eclipse. It's the revolution of intense passion and change, which means that it's going to be intense and passionate in many ways. And it's also going to bring up your intensity. It's not going to be some boring thing. You did get the meditate card. Chill out. You can get your way out of weird situations, especially about you going in the wrong way of heartbreak, probably by just realizing that you have work to do. But this thing's easy. The easy stuff is sliding out of issues that would tie you up in the wrong ways, which would be heartbreak over stupid things, little things, things that don't matter. Because it's just a challenge. Whenever I see the heartbreak card and I see the challenge, it doesn't mean heartbreak. It just means you'd fall for heartbreak because of your own issues. And this is saying that you can slip out of them easy by just taking a moment and just being oh, wait, this is something stupid. I can get out of this. This is just, what the hell am I tripping on? There's no need to trip. Don't trip. But here's the shadow too, to be or not to be. That is the question, perchance to dream, If you're dealing with somebody who is kind of I don't know if I'm really into you or not, well, that means it's somebody else. But the shadow is here that, you're going to need to be clear on whether you want it or not. And then fire away and give it all your best shots. Instead of, I don't know if I'm going to fire all the way, and I don't know if I'm going to give you my best shot and just give you a little squirge of dribble.
Just a little squirt?
A little squirt. Not even a squirt, a dribble.
Just a pin, just a little drop?
Just a little drip, just a little slop. Just a little slop. What does Ganesha got to say?
Oh, Ganesha.
Ganesha's got divine support. So look at that. Whether that's from your partner or somebody you're dating or whatever, or just remember that spirit is supporting you. And you know what? I love this divine support because she's just walking in the right direction. She's just ready to go, have a good time. The divine support is got your back. I do like this card. She's definitely very confident going, I've got your back. Shut up. And she's got your back over the heartbreak. You've got divine support over getting through entanglements that are stupid and hard work that will give you good returns. Sorry, this is the wrong way. What if you're single out there, what is going on for you out there?
Listen up.
If you're single, Two of Swords reversed. Don't put the blindfold on. There's no reason to. Don't play I don't know what to do. You know exactly what to do. Stop staying in indecision. It won't do you any good if you're single out there. If you're in a relationship, you got the death card. Ooh, look at that. That death card is creepy. Something definitely that needs to needs to end and change in the relationship and or itself. Especially it could be another person involved if you're in a relationship.
Murder.
Or deception.
Oh, that's probably safer.
Mars in Cancer in the 5th house of love. Well, definitely give it all your best emotional shots. Emotional passion and love makes it more than squirty. It makes it juicy.
Juicy, baby. That's what we need in our life.
And you got to fight for the emotions of love that you really want. It's going to be something that you got to give some effort and strength into emotionally. Don't also be a little baby at the same time.
Don't be a baby.
No.
Don't be a baby.
No.
Well, it looks like we have the potential for quite an exciting week, my fellow Scorpios. Quite an exciting week if we allow the passion to come through, right? You said no blindfolds. I think maybe we got to bring the blindfolds out. Maybe some whips, chains, a little bit of that, some restraints, some whipped cream.
I think it's more just about effort and
Well,
not tripping out. And the best shot that a Scorpio has nothing to do external. It's internal. You already got it all inside.
oh, look at that. That was very heartwarming. I'm trying to bring that out to the outside, though, the inside world to the outside world. So you got to embrace it, though. But it is not forcing the situation. It is knowing where you are going and the emotional state that you are in that life. And if you're not ready for that fulfillment, then don't dive into it. Sit back, allow them to come to you, and then you snap them and you bring them down into your lair and you consume them.
I don't even know what sound effect to put on that one. Next person that we are doing of zodiac sign, if you're out there, is Aries. Aries are the ones that are next. We are doing it for Aries. Aries, step right up, step right up. Get your reading here from the Leo King in the Divinity Desk here at the High Vibe Parlor. All right, Aries, let's see what's going on with your love life. I'm going to give this one little quick shuffle. We've been shuffling this one a lot. We're going just through whole decks and then moving on to other decks. That's how this show's going right now. That's what, All right, what's going on, Aries, with you and your love life? Your first card that you got here is the Hierophant card. Woo! Commitment time. Commitment time or not, we'll see. You got the Four of Cups. I don't like that card, but that's a challenge card. So I like when I see bad cards in the challenge card. It means you can get through things. We did get the overall card, the Six of Wands, big victory card. Wow. Aries definitely coming into some definitely more positive energy. The way you get through this energy, though, is Seven of Cups reversed. So stop looking around about where you feel like you keep missing gifts. You need to look at the great gifts that God has given you and see the victories that you already have. It's almost like maybe, if you've been dating, there's somebody that's the artwork of your love life that is around that maybe you need to stop looking around. Stop wasting your time. Keep looking in all these other directions. Seven of Cups definitely is one that's like, get out of the sky and stop looking at all the clouds and all the things like you already know. Like, get back on the ground. The person's waiting for you. If you're in a relationship, you're not giving me enough and all that stuff. It's like, are they committed to you? Are they there for you? It's a victory. It's been a victory before. Like, there's a lot of that. Or are you just wasting your time and drinking my wine? Looking around in a lot of different places. I stole that from my dad. That's one of his songs. Check him out, Lawrence Palmer on Spotify. You got the Nine of Cups with that Hierophant card. I mean, there's definitely a lot of things with commitment here. So if you're single right now, why are you afraid of commitment? Like, why are you afraid of like getting the best emotions that you can? The best things that, look at this. This is definitely bow chicka wow wow. Ooh.
Yes, please.
But it takes commitment. That's what the Hierophant is, right? You commit to showing up all the time, and you commit from a spiritual sense. If it's not spiritual commitment either, that might be the big question this week, Aries. Are you with somebody that's spiritually committed to you, or are you spiritually committed to them? And if that's not there, then it's not going to be that juicy and that intense. And that might be the issue. We got the Nine of Pentacles in reverse there. So that victory is like only going to be had if you know your value and your worth. If you're somebody who's also, but I got to say this, because you have too many gifts here that you keep thinking that you're missing, but that's the challenge. Don't start getting on a high horse like, I deserve this fucking great thing, when you're going to bash something great and then end up with nothing. So I almost feel like you need to remember the victory that you have or that's in front of you. And I feel like you need to learn to step into the value that you're here to receive a victory, and it's something that comes with commitment, and it's something that comes with a deep emotional connection, but not looking around for these gifts that you feel you haven't received. It's like you've been pushing the gifts away, and it's time to stop pushing the gifts away, Aries. Talk about Aries. Look at that. Your own card popped up. So your ego and what you want is there through commitment, and it's there. So it's like, it's defined, but are you defining it or not? That's a big question. This will help us out. New life. Oh man, this came with the challenge card deck. This came with the whole it's almost like the new life within a life already. I almost feel that. I almost feel like it's not about this blank sheet of whole new paper or that some new person or some new thing is going to change everything for you. I'm feeling like it's a new life of how you stop pushing away gifts, that you stop, letting your ego get in the way of some really good things here. When we get to your shadow card, we did get the Masquerade. So, maybe you're putting on the mask of, I'm not getting anything good, or you're not giving me anything good, or you feel like, like put your truth and authenticity out there of your heart, not trying to show some other part of who you are, trying to act too dominant or cool or whatever. Like, take off the facade, put the real value out there, that 9 of Pentacles in reverse, to get that victory. You're not going to get a victory when you put on a fake facade or trying to act like, vulnerability comes up for this. I feel like vulnerability is the new life for you, being more vulnerable instead of acting like you got everything under control here. What does Ganesh have to say for these Aries out there that are definitely in a very, 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 very unique state? Capacity to love. I can't make that one up. It's time for you to find your capacity to love again. Or if you've never found that before, Aries, I know some Aries that don't have capacity to love. It's time for you to have that capacity to love. And also, you have to allow the capacity for somebody to love you to even be had. If they have the capacity to love, do you have the capacity to love back? Or are you dealing with somebody that doesn't have the capacity to love? Or is that an ego version that you've created? I'm going to pull one card to give us a clarification on the capacity to love. The Star card, listening to the divine, being more vulnerable and naked, and listening to that. The capacity to love is when you're in more of your pure natural state under the stars, and you don't need glam, you don't need money, you don't need any of that shit. If you're a single Aries out there, you got the Moon card. You're going to have to, be more emotionally transparent, deal with more emotionally transparent people, and not suppress emotion and not be afraid of emotion either. And, it can become moody, but hey, sometimes showing mood is a lot better than just showing frustration from the mind. You did pull the Justice card. So if you're in a relationship, this is definitely about finding more equity in the relationship and more fair and balanced energy in the relationship. Definitely could finally equalizing things by you showing your capacity to love more and maybe starting from a new space in your relationship that you have. Very possible. Our Astro dice that we got for you are... You got the part of fortune in the 5th house with Pisces. So your good fortune is spiritual love and getting rid of the toxic things that are blocking love within yourself, and subconscious things and self-sabotaging things at the same time.
That's self-sabotaging.
Oh, that's a Pisces big thing. But for Aries, that's their 12th house, and they got Jupiter and Neptune there. So talk about self-sabotaging bad or good things. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's never taking the easy way out, because it is kind of easy just to fuck up a situation or to pin it on someone else because we don't want to put in the effort, or we don't want to look at ourselves and actually have to face ourselves and face the bullshit that we're going through. So don't do that. Find that strength, be able to stand up for it, be able to know the resilience inside yourself and be able to work through any issues that may arise. Your partner might be there for you or they might not. That's the toss up that we're going through right now. I feel like that's a toss up because they might be going through their own shit too. So acknowledge that. Maybe it's that space that you need to be able to get that foundation together so you can build something going forward. But it is there. Just know that there's appreciation in your relationships. Know that there's appreciation for you and the love that you're putting out there into the world.
100%. When you know that, then your open and capacity to love is a lot easier. When you block that out and then you start creating your own story in your head, and then you start getting too much in your own frame about things and you push everybody else out, and then you only subject yourself to like one current, and then you end up doing crazy things to go on that one current. And then you end up on that one current. The next thing you know, who knows where you end up. And then you, in many cases, if you don't have the capacity to love and you get kind of caught up in that narrow place, speaking of infrastructure, you blow up like every bridge, and you have just nothing but broken bridges and blown up bridges. And you want to maintain bridges in life with people. You don't want to burn bridges. Not a good thing.
No.
It never has worked. Geminis, happy birthday, Gemini. And this eclipse is for you. I got a feeling it's going to be a very crazy week for Geminis in their relationship life. Woo. Remember, these also go for Gemini risings and Gemini moons, too, for people that have those questions.
Moons. A little moon over my hammy.
A moon. Let's see what's going on for you, Gemini, for this week. Just one little shuffle here, and let's see what's going on. You did pull the Page of Pentacles up right here. You did get as your challenge card the Queen of Cups in reverse. You did get the Devil card as your overall. Woo! Ah! 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 And the way you get through that Queen of Cups in reversed is the Six of Pentacles in reversed. Okay, Gemini. Either you're being the charity case or you're being the charity to somebody else. Page of Pentacles, time for you to know your value and your worth and step forward with that. Or somebody's going to kind of tell you that this week. You might get an offer if you're single out there. But, you got to be careful. I think that this is going to be a week where, there's a devil here. This is your overall. This is where it's like maybe you feel like you've gotten too deep into something, even if you're dating out there, when really it's like the illusion that you have gotten too deep. You are a changeable sign. This is a solar eclipse in your own sign. But, that Six of Pentacles reversed is always, it is a crotchety card in my case, just because, this reverse, the way that you get through things is stop being the charity case or stop being the charity to somebody where you're making more money and taking care of them, or they're trying to do that for you. This is definitely sugar daddy, sugar mama cases, or people like looking for a free handout, or you looking for a free place to go, or whatever. Definitely this stuff's going to be coming up. And we got that Queen of Cups in reversed. You're not going to get the real feeling in life when, you're just like in a Lion-Eyes Eagle song, It's just like, that's not going to be the way that it works for you emotionally. You can't be in a place where you're going to build the emotional place. If one, the devil's there, it feels like you have to do something, you're trapped, but it's something that you don't want to do, or, it's too toxic. It's just about maybe, something that you feel like it's going to do good. It's not coming from an actual divine place. It's not coming from a divine source, not coming from a divine value in yourself. I think that you have to remember the simple parts of what you're here to create, opposed to, looking at like what the relationship can do for you. I feel that's a big trap. You did get a Knight of Wands in reversed here. So I got a feeling it's like you're going to have to weigh out a couple things here. Like, is this just about the physical, or is this about the love and the physical? And I think that this is a big question for you, because the Knight of Wands reversed is telling you not to just leap into things, but it also at the same time is like, maybe you need to leap into things that actually are worthy of it instead of leaping into things that aren't worthy of it. Maybe you need to pull out of a situation that you're like, holy shit, what the fuck did I do? Or somebody's going to call you out. Maybe you've been the one who's been too much of a charity case and you're not putting your emotions up, and you're being the one who's kind of darked up and kind of expecting too much here. That could definitely come out. You did pull the Three of Wands in reversed. So there's a problem with you not looking at everything ahead, or not looking at any options, and only like so focused on this one entity that's almost like intoxicating and more importantly, not from the divine in many ways. I think that you have to remember to keep your options open. And I think that you have to remember that you need to look and see, like, are you in such a solid belief set that you forgot that there's other things to look at? This is very Saturn in your 9th house as well. Retrograde starting to square Uranus now in your 12th. Definitely some wake-up calls for Geminis out there when it comes to what they're into, where they're going, what's going on with love and relationships. And that has to do also with this solar eclipse that happens to be in your first house opposing this south node. The astro card you picked is the Provoker Grand Cross. Definitely going to be a pressure week for love. This is pressure for you. This is provoking you to actually look at the truth. It also feels like it's a traffic jam, but you know what? You can get out of the traffic jam by getting off that freeway, by getting off that road that's taking you to the wrong road.
Longest road to nowhere.
Yeah. I mean, you did pull the good fortune card here, but that good fortune is by actually finding emotions in places where you actually feel good, because you're not going to be the charity case, or you're not going to be the charity to somebody in order to buy their emotions. You can't buy people's emotions. The good fortune is not by being bought or being sold, energetically. Like, I feel like the good fortune is only going to come from where it comes from a natural place of feeling an emotion, opposed to, is it because, the job they have or things like that? Like, those are the things that are not the good fortunate things. It's coming back to home, the emotional stuff. That Queen of Cups reversed there is your challenge. When you got your shadow card here, we did pull the fragmentation. So you're all over the place. Everything's fragmented. You could be fragmented in yourself right now. And that's part of the issue is I got a feeling you're dealing with somebody, or you're dealing in parts of yourself that are fragmented, that are going to cause the end of a relationship. And it'll be a lesson. I feel like there's a lot of lessons here this week, but it's all good, fortunate lessons. You're going to learn some good stuff. But especially there's this Grand Cross. There's a provoking element to help you start to show the determination again to stop leaping into things when maybe you're not able to. Maybe you don't have the capacity. Maybe you don't have you forgot that, the value, or maybe you're giving too much away, or maybe you're doing too much, or maybe you're not doing anything and everybody else is doing, the other person is doing everything. And you're expecting them to be positive about things. Like, I think that, don't be found out, or don't be the one having to find things out when you already knew. Like, Your Ganesha card this week is reflection. And that was what I was feeling, that this is going to be a week where you're going to have to reflect. You're going to have to look back, and you're going to have to see what's the projections that come with reflections that are going on. You have to really look back in the mirror about what's going on right now, and take a stand back for a second and go, what am I doing here? Or what am I doing wrong here? Or what is this situation? Because I got a feeling it's something off about it. There's something weird. If you're single out there, you got the Ace of Swords in reverse. I think it's time for you to realize, are you even in the right place of where you've gotten everything cleared up yet? Or are you trying to enter into things that feel like they're not clean? They don't feel like they're clear either. Stay away from unclear situations of what people want, people who don't know which window they want to open in their life. And this is a card that also deals with like a triumph energy. But it's reversed. Like anybody who's just kind of like not triumphing, or, not able to really be clear on what they want in their life, intention wise, including yourself, then stay away from energy where you're like that with people. If you're in a relationship, Gemini, you get the 8 of Wands here. So things are flying in the direction that you want. But I think a big question is it fragmented? You're not looking the other way, and is it dark? So that's something to pay attention to. And that darkness only comes from being fragmented, or, also not being open to change. And also, this could also be like too much intense, like, I don't know what the word, obsession, So too afraid to let go. But also 8 of Wands is moving you towards a new direction. Could be any direction in love. Could be a new direction in the relationship. Could be a new direction to a better love story. I mean, that one can go either way, Gemini. But there's definitely some weird reflections going on here and what's going on here for all Geminis. Jupiter in Libra in the 6th house. Does the relationship find balance, and does it work in reality? That is a big one. Also, it is a good time for you to really look at your relationship life, but the 6th house definitely has to deal with, your day-to-day life, your habitual habits, but more importantly, it's whether or not this thing actually, as Craig said earlier, things just connect. And where's the gears missing? The only way that things are going to work is when either you bring the gear that's going to match the other gear, or the other person does. It's both people. And if one or the other isn't doing it, or you're not doing it, or they're not doing it, you'll see the truth this week.
Takes 2 to tango.
Takes 2 to tango and to squirt everywhere.
The horizontal mambo, right? Is that what it was? The horizontal mambo?
Horizontal mambo? What is that?
Sex. Whatever it is, though, sometimes we need a little swift kick in our ass, and sometimes we need to do the kicking. If that comfort level is there, sometimes we can overreach, or overstep those boundaries just a bit with these partners that we think we're on that level with, but it's really not there yet. So maybe it's time that we kick ourselves and kind of get it into motion, lead by example, not force the individual, but guide them gently and say, hey, come with me down this little path. We're going to take a nice little walk down right into the forest. Maybe it'll be at 9,000 feet in elevation. Who knows? Whatever it is, if the time for change is here, embrace that change. Go for that change. Don't shy away. Continue to implement that into your life and know that you are a strong force. Continue to implement that into your life and lead by example with that partner, with that love interest that you have, and show them the way. Show them your light. Show them that radiating beauty. Do it.
Show them that light.
Show it all. Show them everything.
Let's see what the next reading is. Not a phone call just yet. Not just yet. We got the UFO, the aliens of the zodiac, the Aquarians. Although they're learning to be Leos right now. So the kings and queens of the universe at the moment. Had to, sorry. All right, we're going to switch decks now because we're at the bottom of that deck.
Switch that deck.
We're switching tarot decks here. We're going to do a little shuffle here, give Aquarians a fresh new deck because I already saw Aquarians in my head being like, they've already been calculating. They've been watching the show, and they're like, oh, my God, he is at the end of the deck. That means there's only these cards left in my head. No, stop counting cards. Or I'll have to throw you out. I'll have to, get you out of here and, put you up to the casino boss and talk to the casino boss, Craig.
Hey, you counting cards? Not up in here.
What do you do to people that count cards?
Cut their hands off. Oh, that's dealing from the bottom.
Well, hey, I don't deal with what happens. I just send him to the casino boss. You know what I mean? To the Scorpio. Like, hey, we got a person counting cards here. Aquarians are counting cards.
That was my bad.
Gotta go see the fucking casino boss.
If you're dealing from the bottom, then we cut your hands off. If you're counting cards, then we gouge your eyes. That type of situation.
We got you. Or just take him to talk in the town and shove him in the corner there and say, "Have a nice time."
Have a nice time.
For those Vegas people,
For those
people that know the Vegas Strip, they know. Just throw him down at the plaza. Like, hey, go count cards down there at the plaza. Gonna leave here.
Put him in a body bag, Johnny.
Drop him off at the plaza in a 1989 limo.
Story. Don't be counting cards in my casino. Or dealing from the bottom.
Yeah, Craig and I have been talking about July 4th going to Vegas, actually, for July 4th.
Yeah.
I feel like a Vegas trip. All right, let's see, Aquarius. What's going on with your love life? We just did a nice deck shuffle. We just did a nice reset. We're going to see what's going on with your love life this week. Big one, solar eclipse in your 5th house of love. You are learning to be a Leo, whether you like it or not. You did get the devil card. Wow. Look at the air signs. Gemini and Aquarius getting the devil card there. We did get the 3 of Pentacles reversed. Woo! Aquarians. What's going on here? You got the 6 of Pentacles. Oh, you get it again. This is my crotchety card. One of them. I have 2 crotchety cards, the Hermit and the 6 of Pentacles in love. And you did get the Knight of Swords in reverse as you way through this. Okay, Aquarius. It's there is some situation awry here that you are not wanting to deal with for some reason. I say that because that 6 of Pentacles is trying to, I don't know, try and just like do what you think is the right thing. But Knight of Swords here reversed, and that's the spiritual advice to a 3 of Pentacles reversed. I feel like things are not clicking, and you're almost trying to force maybe things to click and keep them clicking, or you're dealing with some situation that you feel like, I'm just going to say this. This is just very weird.
Say it.
I almost feel like Aquarians are dealing with a situation. It's almost like when you don't do your homework and now you're too far down the line and you're never going to be able to get out of it.
Yep.
There's something where you've gotten too far in a story, or you've gotten too far of holding something, or too far of obsessed with something and trying to fix things and trying to make things right. But it's not that way. I think that the whole lesson in this is like, hey, stop. I hate to say it, but with the devil card there, it's like, stop feeding the non-truth of whatever it is, or the darker shade of what's going on, or not revealing things, because the devil doesn't reveal things. He keeps things secret. He keeps things in his own dungeon. I got a feeling too with that 3 of Pentacles reversed. It's almost like the challenge is, maybe you're thinking about somebody else, or maybe you've been talking to somebody else. Maybe you've gotten too many messages down the line. And maybe you just have to like cut that off and or whatever. Or you're dealing with somebody who's toxic and you don't know how to get out of it. That could be it too. Or you just become so obsessed with yourself and your vibrator or your hand, and that's your life. Or your, what do you call it for guys again? Your
south mouth?
No, the fucking thing, fleshlight.
Oh, the fleshlight. Yeah. Go for the real thing.
And you've forgotten about trying to find something. Maybe you're over focused on like trying to find what's going to be able to create and build something, but you're not showing up to create and build anything, and you're not showing up for anything. Like, you're not showing up the way you're supposed to show up in any relationship right now. So it's like we're going to have to get some clarity, because this is just a very weird reading. 7 of Wands in reversed. Not fighting hard enough for what you really want, but also I'm getting the energy of Aquarians not showing up. Not showing up. Why are you not showing up? Why are you not showing up? Why are you just kind of pulled out right now? Why are you like afraid to? Showing up means showing up, literally, even if it's not good. Like sometimes relationships come into situations that suck, or sometimes you're single and it's like you talk to somebody on a dating app and then you're just like, oh, they keep asking me to go, but I'm not going to do anything. Or maybe you're afraid of somebody being dark, but maybe not giving them a fair shot. Maybe they're actually a Six of Pentacles here. Maybe they're actually a good person, but maybe you're like, oh, no, they're not. These are definitely a lot of issues where it's like you're not standing your ground. And you're not standing your ground at all. You feel trapped. You're feeling that you can't stand your ground because you feel trapped. Why? Well, we got the 10 of Wands in reversed. You don't want to carry any weight right now. You don't want to do a lot of you feel like it's just all too much right now. It's like you just want to kind of like, I want to watch TV. I don't want to deal with this right now. Or I just don't want to have to do all this work. Or I don't have to face the music at the moment. Solar eclipse in the 5th house is going to teach you that love is drama. If there's no drama, then it's not love. Sorry to say that Leo is not your 5th house and the solar eclipse in your 5th house. And this is for all people. Guess what? Love is drama. It's dramatic as fuck. That's what love is. The whole idea that love is got no intensity and no drama and no fucking Shakespearean-like qualities, well, then you're not living in love. You're just in a partnership.
Sometimes they say love is a battlefield.
I like that. Fuck yeah. I'd rather be on the battlefield and die in love with somebody than go through the most boring relationship and avoid everything and not stand my ground and be kind of feeling like I'm stuck watching fucking CNN and listening to Jake Tapper all day. I would kill myself instead. I'd rather have drama. I'd rather turn on an old radio and listen to fucking crazy, weird. That's more exciting to me. You got the 8th house. There's a lot of secrets going on here. There's a lot of, or just things being hidden or just not revealing. Too afraid to be vulnerable and let it out. Also, could be fear of sex, or you're too obsessed with sex about somebody that's bad or that you don't like it, or you're not into somebody anymore sexually. You're not staying the ground. You're not attracted anymore to somebody if you're in a relationship, or you're dating somebody that you're like, I don't really know what to do and I'm not that into it anymore. It's endings and beginnings too. And there's lots of fears. There's lots of fears, Aquarius. Tons of fears going on. Maybe you're afraid of losing somebody. Maybe I'm going to be honest. Maybe somebody just doesn't got that fucking pheromone going no more. It doesn't look that cute no more. You got the death card. Things are going to go through massive change for you this week because you know what? You've reached an end point. Sorry to say. And it's time to bring the drama back in your life. The universe will bring drama, even if it's bad drama. That's love. You know, you can't keep trying to keep this on ice. Can't keep, the cooler will not, even Craig, he is the best Coleman old school cooler. Eventually the ice will melt.
We're going to test it out this weekend.
Well, so you have no guarantees that it works well?
Well, I know how cold it stays inside there, but I haven't done like a prolonged derangement of the senses with it.
Well, that sounds like an Aquarius love story at the moment.
Drama.
A test to see, or it's been stretched out so long on ice.
Drama.
That you can't keep the ice going. Eventually, it's going to get hot and it's going to melt, and then there's a little drain plug. And if you're keeping warm water in there and you're keeping the lid on, the mold grows. And then what happens when the mold grows even more? And you start to get little like little, what are those little fucking creepy little fucking worms? Maggots. Especially you got a death card and an 8th house death card here. Ooh. Oh. Are maggots coming out of your love relationship, or maggots coming out of your body now because you've not let anybody in and you've never let anybody pop the drain plug?
Let the water flow.
Oh, and why can't you just be real for what you really want? That's what it is, Aquarius. Why can't you be real to whatever, even if the situation's crazy? Why can't you just be real? If you're single, why can't you be real? Why can't you be real? Why can't you be real? It's just the way. It's just the way it is. Your
Ding dong.
I know. Ding dong. Ding dong.
Ding dong to you.
Your shadow card is downcast pride. Oh, you know what? I'm not into it. That's okay. No. You need to have some pride and some edge. This is the most edgy reading we've ever done in, I don't even know, 2 years. Edge. It's time for the razor's edge to come in. You can't keep playing this game anymore of boring and chilled out and everything's just naturally working fine. No. It's time to get that edge going and stop downcasting you should have pride. And guess what? I got a feeling you don't have pride for what you're into anymore if you're in a relationship. And then I think that you're afraid of having pride for somebody that you really want to have. You're like, no, I shouldn't have pride for that. There's no way for that to happen. How do you know? What if you show up with the edge and the passion? Maybe that person will fucking be awake and be like, oh shit, I didn't know. Because with Aquarius, I hate to say it, the number one Aquarius problem in life is we all don't know what the fuck you want. And we all don't know what the fuck's ever going on. Because you're always all like so chilled back and Ganesh, I think they need an actual Ganesha here.
Oh, Ganesha, tell me more.
Wow, clear your energy. Oh, Lordy.
Louder.
The maggots are away. They're there. It's time to pop that drain plug.
Mercy.
Time to drop that drain plug.
Lord have mercy.
Lord have mercy on all the maggots that are on Aquariuses.
Not mistaken for mealworms, which you can't eat.
I'm reading in the chat. Nah, you reading the wrong aqua. Haha, damn, not at all. All right. Well, hey, put it this way. I am willing to have the energy to put it all out there and be honest with you and say what the cards are saying and say what the astrology is saying. Especially with Mars coming into Leo, it's about to heat up and bring battles in your love life. As Craig said earlier, love's a battlefield. And
Pat Benatar, I believe.
Oh, well, you quoted somebody. And Aquarius, come on. It's going to be Sun in your 5th house, Mars in your 7th. You have not gotten this in a long time. With the North Node and a solar eclipse in the 5th house, in a long time. It's time for the fires to light. Ooh. It's time for the passion to come. It's time for the slop to go away. It's time for the boring to go away. It's time for the ice to be melted. It's time for the forest to lose their frost.
For the leaves to drop.
Yes, and the panties and all the things in the world.
Yeah, come on, drop some panties out there. Come on, Aquarius.
I guess that's where you took it, but yeah. Although I was maybe implying that. I was going to say maybe the panty trees like in Animal House need to be built.
Yeah.
If you are a single Aquarius about this whole entire reading, justice reverse. You're being unfair. You're not looking at things. You don't feel like anything will happen to you. You feel like you just have been damned in the wrong courtroom of life and love will never happen, or you're with things that seem fucked up, or you feel like somebody might be in a relationship you like or stuff like that, but maybe you don't know. Maybe you need to find the truth. Maybe you got to put the evidence on the table. I think that you don't know what all the evidence is about things, that you're not showing up to the courtroom. You're not showing up to see what's going on. What the hell? You got to figure it out. Got to ask. Oh, and I cannot make that one up. The Lovers reversed for people in relationships. I am telling you, this is going to be the most dramatic week for Aquarius in love in their whole lives. I'm putting it on record right now on this June the 7th of 2021 at 8:38 p.m. It's going to get the bugle calls are going to be calling.
Do it.
I'm not doing it.
You got to put the mouthpiece on it. Do it.
I'm not doing it.
Do it.
I don't have to.
All right. Whatever.
I will give them. On that note, I think we should take a caller now.
Let's do it.
We'll take a quick little break here. We're going to take a caller. We're going to see what's going on here. We're going to pull a card and see how it's going. Give me 1 second here, and I'm going to put the phone number in the chat. Now, this phone number, I have to turn on because it's a Google Voice phone number. And, yeah.
I put my headphones on.
So give me 1 sec here.
How's everyone doing out there tonight? You guys are ready to pick
settings
up that phone,
here.
have a little talk, have a little word to word. It's coming here shortly.
Let's cancel it on there. Let's remove it on that device.
But in all reality,
Remove it from that device. And we are on this device.
what is it that you're going
Message
to do?
forwarding to link number
with
was restart working
yourself?
suit. Forward messages
You know,
to link number.
this is where you want to be when Jesus comes
make
home?
and receive calls.
Lost?
Wi-Fi, mobile.
Not speaking up for
Incoming
yourself, or are
calls,
you speaking up for
iOS
yourself?
device.
Are you the one that's standing tall? Are you the one that's able to say, I am? I am. That's it. That's all you need. I am.
Okay.
'Cause you are that eternal universe. You are that eternal beauty in this form of consciousness
Okay.
right now, right in this exact moment with all that beauty surrounding you. Woo! Loaded, loaded, loaded.
All right, here we go.
Time for a phone talk.
Ready? This is the phone number. Do 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 dun 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 dun. Do 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 do. Here it is. Oh wait, they couldn't handle it. They hung up. We'll take the next caller. We'll take the next caller. Somebody tried.
Don't
they
be
hung up.
scared.
They got scared.
Can't play scared out there. This is Deep Love Tarot. Deep, deep love. Got that?
Hello, you're on the line. Oh, I have to press one. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. There's so many people calling.
This is the first
Here we
time
go.
that we have done this.
Hello, you're on the line. Can you hear us?
I can't hear her.
I know.
Or him.
Hold on 1 second. Will you say something again?
We're like, should we test this out prior?
I have.
No. We don't need to do that
I tested.
because we're live and direct.
I know. We're just trying to get you on. Just give me 1 sec.
You're getting extra time on the line with the Leo King. Ooh, better start whispering sweet nothings into his ear. Tell him. Have you told someone that you love them lately? Have you told them that there's no one else above them? That they fill your heart with gladness and they take away all your sadness?
Oh, hold on. I understand.
Ease my troubles, that's
doing.
what you do.
There we go. Can you hear us now? And tell me, Craig, if you hear her.
I can hear you.
She should be coming through right now.
Yep.
I'm just unable to hear.
I can hear.
I'm gonna use YouTube to hear.
Who do we have on the line tonight?
Hi, my name's Cecilia.
Well, hi there, Celia.
Hi.
Now this phone number
Oh, we got multiple people.
I have to turn on because it's a Google Voice phone number, and
You're gonna have to turn your speaker off in the back.
yeah,
Okay, I'll take it. Turn my
speaker.
speaker off.
I think that's hers. Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's got to turn the show off.
Okay, I turned it off. Can you hear me now?
Yep, we got you.
No, because that's me. Like I'm unable to hear unless I put in a microphone in the back of this or a headphone set. You know, my headphone set.
Can you hear this?
Well, no, I need to put it in here. Let me just go get another headphone set. No, we're gonna both talk.
And where are you calling from?
I'm calling from California, Pasadena.
Oh, Pasadena, lovely. Have you ever climbed Mount Baldy? It's right in your backyard.
I have not climbed Mount Baldy. I look at Mount Baldy.
It's very lovely,
no, I have
majestic
not.
mountain.
Yes, that's a view from my front door. I'm actually right outside the racetrack. Have you been to the racetrack?
I haven't. Though Pasadena is a lovely little downtown area.
Yeah, Pasadena is lovely downtown. They have a lot of good food restaurants as well.
Everybody, Pasadena, it's a place to be. All right.
California is the place to be most of the time when it's not COVID.
Most of the time.
And we're the only ones shut down.
She's a little hot if you want to turn her down. Yeah, well, we're breaking out of those restrictions. We're back in our freedom. We're gonna be leading the revolution once again.
I shut down my live so that I didn't have any back feedback or anything.
All right,
so.
we got you now. We are clear as a bell.
Woohoo! So excited.
So, what do you have to ask for us with your love life? What's going? Why don't you tell us about your love life? What's going on with your love life? And what was your name? Because I didn't get that. I missed everything.
My name is Cecilia.
Nice to meet you,
the Simon and
Cecilia.
Garfunkel song.
Oh.
Yeah, nice to meet you. I'm so excited. Been watching you guys for a while.
It's great to have you here.
Yeah.
So
I didn't know if I was going to get on.
Yeah, why don't you tell us what's going on with your love life and what's the deal?
Okay, I have no love life. I've been divorced for 10 years. My love life, I did meet somebody, but ended up putting me in a third party. He's a Saggy, so I'm always tapping in to see what's happening with those damn Saggies.
And what
so
sign
he
are you?
disappeared on me. I'm a Pisces with a Sagittarius rising, Leo moon, and a Venus in Aries. So I call myself a fiery fish.
There we go.
Say that one more time for me. So you have...
I have a Sagittarius rising.
Mm-hmm.
I have Leo moon.
Where's your sun?
And I have sun is Pisces.
I see. Are you sun in the fourth house then? Or the third house?
Oh gosh. I don't remember that one.
It's a good question, right?
Were you born at midnight-ish?
Actually, I've run my birth chart, but I don't remember.
I know.
My brother is your birthday twin, though.
Oh, really?
He's born on the July 23rd. Yep.
Were you born at like around midnight-ish or 1 a.m., something like that? 2
a.m.
2 a.m., okay.
2 a.m. Yeah, I'm a Pisces with the third house, I think.
Okay.
I think I'm looking at my chart.
And
Leo and eighth house.
And what's your degree of your sun? Like what is like what is it like? What's your birthday, if you don't mind? You don't have to give the year, but at least.
It says 6.8 degrees. That's what it says. It's February 26th.
So you're right there.
Yeah.
And where is your Mercury? That's the rule of your relationships.
Mercury is Aquarius second house.
What's the degree?
24.
So you've had Jupiter.
And my seventh house is in Gemini. So I don't know if that's going to affect
that's why
me.
I asked. That's why I asked, because we want to understand the aspects going on to that. Like especially the solar eclipse is technically going to trine that space in your seventh house. What is your degree rising of your rising degree?
My rising degree 21.2.
Oh, so it's happening right on the cusp in their sixth house. So why do you feel that it has been so weird for you with love I mean, is it because people think you're crazy and you have so many ideas and you're really fast and you have so many fun and exciting things to do and they're really boring?
No, I think first of all, the Pisces part about having that I want to make everybody happy, and you kind of give more to everybody else than you give to yourself. And I ended up not putting enough boundaries, I guess, in my relationships.
Well, you do
I
have,
think,
you do
and
have
then
Mercury in that second house, you said, at 24 degrees. So understanding what you're giving, right? That's what Aquarius does, try to help do all this stuff, but it's like understanding a much better way. I mean, you have to remember Saturn's on its way next year to your Mercury. You have Jupiter that's been there, and Jupiter's the ruler of your chart since you are a Sag rising. So it's about learning to put yourself for what you want first now instead of what others want first. Especially as a Pisces, you've already dealt with Neptune, you've already dealt with Chiron. That's what the last 10 years was just this crazy show of just like, what the heck? It almost felt like, I don't know, you were being left out in many ways, but it actually gave you a better sense of clarity of who you are and what you want now. I would say that this is a beautiful time for you to use this eclipse to realize that you can have what you really want in your life. But that South Node and that, it's hanging out there in your 12th house. So you can't be feeling like nothing's going to show up and believing that story anymore. This is about stepping into reality, trying to talk, communicate for what you really want. Maybe it's time to like try going after people that you wouldn't believe ever, but actually be curious and see like, hey, I want to ask you out. What's going on? Maybe trying a different way. You know, there's a lot of this. Where's your Saturn in your chart?
Saturn, let me see. Where is my Saturn? Aquarius as well.
So you're going.
And second house.
I got you. So you're going through your Saturn return at the same time. What degree is that Saturn at?
At 26.9.
Oh, wow. And it's on your Mercury. So it takes a little bit of time, and especially more importantly, you're going to have some harder aspects with Saturn on Mercury, but it's about learning, especially because Saturn is the ruler of your second house. You have to realize that it's an important job for you about not to give away anything in this life that really is not about connection, because at the end of the day, you might be giving away help, but you're giving away connection, because actually it's like people just are taking from you. And it's a responsibility of you now to really actually go, I'm somebody who's magnificent. I have so much to offer, but it's the offering of the excitement, the fun, the adventure of your magical journey. You know, Alice is a good example in Alice in Wonderland. That's who you are. But, you know, she doesn't go around like what Alice in Wonderland, like, you know, doing what everybody tells her to do, because every time she learns that lesson of when they tell her what to do, it doesn't go the way she wants to. It's when she chases, she wanted the whole time just to follow the little rabbit with the clock. And for you, this is about you following that rabbit with the clock. And then when they're telling you, oh, come over here and talk to me about oysters and da-da-da-da, like, no, you don't want to go do that story. Or, oh, who are you? And smoking, you know, like whatever. Like, and then the flowers all getting pissed at you. Like, you know, stay on the tracks that you want to do and don't give up any of yourself for things that feel like, oh, it's me having to do this in order to get what I want. I'm going to pull a card for you here. And you did get the Queen of Pentacles, which is knowing your value and knowing your worth, which is really interesting that you did pull this card, because it's about really knowing that you have so much to create and give. Don't ever give that away. It's just where you're giving it to. And I think for you, the solar eclipse happening at the end of your sixth house, right on the cusp. So it technically is right on this. It's opposing your rising, though. That this is an interesting time for you to realize that this is a new opportunity for you of creating a whole new story about who you are by just how about you go about things, by finding people and energies that fit with your reality more and that make sense, and not giving up all the goods that you have to give. Because that's the lesson. And especially with Saturn on Mercury and Aquarius, don't be afraid to say the crazy things that are going to get you out of the situations where you give up things. Like, don't hold back. Saturn on Mercury can be sometimes a little hard, right? It could be like, oh, I don't want to do this, but I don't want to say it, and I guess I'll let it happen. You're learning to stop that now, you know?
Yeah, and I've been trying to be more that way as well. So I mean, I've learned a lot of lessons.
Totally.
And I have been and I've been focusing on myself and taking more chances, not just on the romantic, but as far as like things that I wanted to do as far as creatively. You know, I started a small little business, and that's my COVID baby. So I've been focusing on that as well, and that's actually made me feel really good about it. So, and actually, I wanted to send you and Scorpio party guy over there some bracelets that I make, because I noticed that you guys always wear bracelets, and I made like this masculine bracelet, and I wanted to send you guys one.
We would love that.
Yeah, I just didn't know where to send it to. I mean, I have a lot of nice stones in there, and it's more about.
Just look up High Vibe TV on Google, and you'll see the address.
Okay, I'll do that then.
I have one more question for you, because Jupiter is the ruler of your chart. Where is your Jupiter in your chart?
My Jupiter is in Aries, 4th house, and degree is 19.6.
Oh, wow. Well,
my Chiron is in Pisces as well.
Okay, you already went. Yeah, what degree is that? Like last degrees, like end of it, like
13. Yeah, 13.58. Yeah.
Oh, okay, not last degrees, but I would say this.
And North Node was Cancer. My North Node is in Cancer, and South Node was Capricorn. I know we just came out of that.
Oh, interesting. So with that Cancer, is that North Node in the 8th house?
The Cancer, North Node. Yeah.
Yep.
822.
So that's your issue. You have a South Node in Capricorn in your 2nd house with that Mercury and with that Saturn, and your issue is hoarding, and that you're too afraid of like letting go of what you think might be good, so you'll give away everything just to keep it. Like, don't be a hoarder with people. Like, learn to be just like, you know what? I'm emotionally going to get what I want, and when I'm not getting what I want, I'm going to chuck it out, because it'll finally get you to where you really want to go. Don't be afraid of losing things, because that's the big fear, is to emotionally get what you really want. That's actually crazy to say, but that's actually really what it
but
is.
and that's what I did with the Saggy guy who couldn't make up his mind what he wanted to do. I was like, you know what? Time for me to move on. I have too much to offer, and you're just not getting it, so you can stay in your bad situation, and I'm just going to move on.
When did that hit the hardest? Was that in 2019 when that hit?
I met him in 2019, and then he came back like November, and then he disappeared again on me, and like he got COVID in January, and then he disappeared like February.
And he disappeared this year or 2020?
So we met January 2019, like we were just chatting, and then started seeing each other in July 2019. He told me he wasn't going to last in November 2019. He comes back in March 2020, and then disappears again, and then
what happened in May and June of 2020? Because that was Venus retrograde in your 7th house of relationships.
May, June, pretty much nothing. I mean, COVID kind of kept everything like quiet. You know, I tried the online dating, and I noticed a lot of the ones that I encountered, they're all talk, no action online.
I got you.
You know,
because this solar eclipse is happening right where that whole Venus retrograde happened last year in your 7th house. And the sun, though, right after this and starting this weekend, is going to cross into your 7th house, and Mars is going to come into Leo. And there's just a lot of more positive energy. So all the lessons you learned through that weird May and June point, there might have been nothing going on that you saw in the physical, but underneath in yourself, there was a lot going on in that crazy head of yours all the time, thinking about everything and processing probably this guy and what's going on and Now it's like it's been refreshed, and the sun's coming in here, and the solar eclipse is burning this all out, and the Mercury retrograde started in this 7th house for you. So I think that for you, this is really this kind of endpoint here, especially give it this eclipse to the next new moon that'll be in Cancer. This is going to be where this whole story is turning for you in the completely new direction. And don't give away anything, and don't hoard or hold on to stories and people and situations anymore. And if something feels good and really good, where you don't have to give everything up, but you get to receive. Remember, you're learning to receive this life, not give. North Node in Cancer in the 8th. And that's very hard for Cancer in the 8th, right? Cancer, North Node, you're like, oh, my destiny is to be a giver and to be a good mom and to support and give all this. Well, it's about giving in order to receive. And if you're not receiving back, then you're really not even giving because you're just being a charity. And for you, I see a lot of positive things, especially you are Pisces, Jupiter is in your sign, Neptune's in your sign, and there's so many big dreams that are hugely possible for you that are beyond your imagination of love and happiness, especially with this. I think it's great that the caller that called in today was one that had their 7th house, right, where the solar eclipse is going to happen. And you're a beautiful soul, beautiful person, and I know the stories feel like
you are beautiful. You are a beautiful person, and I just love the way you come out and you're supportive. You give us guidance because there's a lot of people out here that need to hear what you have to say. And I know for me, I really appreciate everything you do, and I tune in all the time, and I feel like you really care. You really care about who you're talking to and the points you're trying to get across. And I love when you do the spiritual dance and you say that prayer. That's my favorite part of everything that you do.
Thanks.
I really love that.
That's my favorite part of my job as well. That's my moment that I get every 2 weeks that I feels out of all the work that I do. That's my favorite. So I appreciate that you saying that and supporting Craig and I and everybody at High Vibe and all that we do. Because I feel like we're all just showing up. It doesn't matter what the roles are, right? We're all showing up to the same place for the same thing. We're all learning together.
Yeah, and we all have,
we're all growing
and we all have to support each other. Yeah, and we all have to support each other.
Totally.
So I'm gonna send you a goodie box from my Once in a Full Moon. That's the name of my little business.
I like that. What a wonderful name.
Very cool.
Yeah.
What do you have to say to her, Craig? What's some advice that you can give? I'm gonna sign out. I gave that astrology. Much luck to you. Much love to you.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
What do you have to say, Craig?
I mean, I would say that
she's still on the phone. I have it to where you're gonna tell her.
Yeah, I had to take my headphones off.
Oh,
for that because I'm talking into my ears and it's delayed. It's not direct.
Oh, then just turn off the. I see. I get what you mean.
Yeah. I'm all good. I would say that you can't give up on yourself, and obviously we've gone through these tough times, and here in California, like you said, you're in Southern California. We, like many other states, were put in a situation where we were ripped away from the people that we loved, and we were ripped away from ourselves, and kind of having to rediscover ourselves. And like you said, you started a new business. Yeah,
exactly.
Which is great, and it's about sticking to that. It's about being able to push forward with that and knowing and having that confidence in yourself. And yeah, that's really shitty that person bailed on you. That happens. I went through it in a different situation years prior, and it's what you have to learn. You have to learn from that. It's kind of being able to dissect these people that we're getting involved with, being able to see them on a truer plane. Maybe there was like a facade that person kind of put over you because you could have been the times that we were in. The loneliness kind of gets a hold of us, and we start making decisions that aren't necessarily natural to who we are or to who we want to be.
Right.
So it's kind of pinpointing that, I think, and going forward and taking this piece and taking that strength and everything that you learned over this last year of being alone, of being left, of starting the business, of finding that strength and being able to stand on your own 2 feet and really pushing that forward as you move forward in this life and you go through these eclipses that we're all in this wild ride together.
Yeah, we sure are. All right. Well, what you heard me say, I love you too, Scorpio party guy.
Oh, ain't no Scorpio party, baby.
I appreciate you guys.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Well, we appreciate you. Right. I love my Pisces so much. You have no idea. Actually, one of my best girlfriends I ever had was the same lineup. Pisces Sun, 3rd house, Sag rising. So much fun, so much love, and just always just like having a good time and loving life and loving the beauty that this life has to give, and never closing down, but always being open to the wonders of the world and the universe. And she's still a good friend of mine, and it was a long time ago. We're talking like 15 almost years ago, but man, I know that vibe, and I appreciate people, because I always call anybody with that Pisces and that Sag, it truly is Alice in Wonderland life in a beautiful way. So it is.
Yeah, it is. All right. Well, I was happy. I'm so happy I got to speak to you, and thank you for all your advice. I love you guys.
Same here. Love you too. Take care.
Okay. All right. Bye.
Bye-bye. Well, that was a fun new portion of the show.
Fun. Yeah, we've been talking about having a thing on this as for subscribers on High Vibe. So we'll get a little test run, but that's definitely something that, in a full range call-in show is going to be extremely fun.
Yeah, on High Vibe, there's going to be an actual call-in show where people can call in for full disclosure to ask the deep, crazy questions on our show that we do on there. We talk about everything, whether it's conspiracy theories to what's happening in the news, to what's happening in the astrology, what's happening in science, what's happening wherever, what's happening in politics. Some people don't want to hear that stuff, so of course that's why that show is there for the people who do want to go into those full disclosure spots. And then we're coming up with a show for me, just how I was just dissecting her chart or answering questions of astrology and stuff like that. So it's just going to be on High Vibe. So this is where, I'm going to throw it in there, but this is the stuff that you miss out on High Vibe. If you're just always the person that watches us on YouTube, you literally get 1% of the 99% of what we do on High Vibe. So we're always innovating and always trying new things. And it's by having that network and having High Vibe that is the ability to do that stuff. You can't create stuff like this on YouTube based off the way that YouTube works and the algorithms and stuff, but supporting us. And we don't do Patreon and that stuff because, it's about truly building a network. We have so many people on the network, so many great talent, and we make it involved. We're doing an event this week where we're meeting hundreds of High Vibers out in the middle of the top of the 9,000 foot mountains out in Utah. I mean, it's a whole different thing, and we really appreciate those that are High Vibers and those that come on board. And we appreciate those that are still watching on YouTube too.
I'm sure Celia's got an Instagram, so make sure you go try to find her once in a full moon. She's out there. She's got bracelets. They're dope, I'm sure.
I guarantee you, I'm looking forward to it. I thought that name was super dope, and I'm not usually impressed by names. I was like, oh wow, that's a really good one.
I know. She's out there. Find her.
All right,
down, Celia. If you
that's
find
right,
it, share
Celia.
it in the chat.
Sad rising, Pisces. Let's see who's the next sign. The next sign is Capricorns. Capricorns. Let's see what's going on for you all with love, Capricorn here. All right, Cappies, your first card that you got here is the Nine of Pentacles, and you got it upright. Your challenge card that you got here is the Six of Swords. And when it comes to your overall, you did get the Eight of Swords in reverse. That's a good card here to have, I really feel. And you did get the Nine of Swords in reverse to get through this. Oh, wow. This is a very powerful reading. You know why? You know what's the best. That Nine of Pentacles, you know what you want and what you don't want. And you can only receive in life when you're in that space. So you're going to have to make a big call this week because it almost feels like you're going to have to pull out of something. This Eight of Swords is like pulling out of a toxic environment, toxic energy where you're the one who's trapping yourself. You're the one making the choices that is being stuck in the situation you don't want to be in. And the challenge is for you to move on to the pastures and where you want to go. But this Nine of Swords reversed is, why are you afraid of that? Like, there's nothing to be afraid of going to where you really want to go to get out of the toxic energy. At least we're seeing a Nine of Pentacles, somebody who knows their value, knows their worth, getting on the boat that's taking them to the place which is getting themselves out of toxicity. There is nothing to be afraid of that. I'm trying to give that confidence to those Capricorns right now. You got the Four of Swords there. You know what? It's time to find a safe space. I feel like emotionally for you, you've been so like all over the place and not feeling like it's very secure and distraught. I always feel like it's frantic energy, but it's like finding that serenity back in life by you stepping into what you really value and what you really want in your life for love and owning that and taking that leap. It's a leap of faith, but it's really not faith because it's just a leap of trust. And the trust that there's nothing to worry about to get out of something that makes you feel like you're toxic and stuck in a place you don't want to be. You did pull the High Priestess card with it. Your gut in the universe is waiting for you on that other side that you know. I feel like this is a call to many Capricorns out there. I would say all of them, that it's time to move into a whole new world, a new way of that your love life goes, and to stop this kind of toxic, weird environment that you are choosing to stay trapped and to stay stuck in. When it comes to your astro card, you got the 12th house. It's definitely time to do some spiritual cleaning. I know that this is the card of escape. So do you want to keep escaping into the toxic self, or do you want to finally spiritually cleanse, listen to spirit, and purge really, I would say the energy that's not true. It's not really in alignment with where you want to go. When it comes to your other Oracle card, you got the fire card. It's time to light up that new ride, that new way to the new direction where you got to go in life, and also live your life by where the fire's at right now. Instead of being so scared of it, it's like you're scared to go into the fire that burns, that brings the creativity and the passion and the love. And then this is an interesting shadow card. This card is like trying to attract what you want to be when it's not going to work. You can't keep spritzing a bunch of perfume on a dead body and think that it's going to smell good. I got a feeling like you also have some sort of shadow work dealing with like, oh, well, I find what I really want out there. Or maybe this has to deal with attraction issues in yourself. Like you might feel like you're not attractive enough to get the fire you want or whatever. Or if you move on, nobody will find you attractive because maybe I'm going to stay with this person because they're the only person who finds me attractive. Like that's just crazy talk. So Ganesha is saying positive outlook. Man, I'm feeling that too. I was feeling that energy just coming into this reading. Like it's time to bring a positive outlook to things, but not to things that don't put a positive outlook to, I'm going to stay in shit. Like, no, it's time to have a positive outlook about the positive places that you're going to go to and get out of the negative places. You got that 12th house card there. Let's not forget about that. If you're single out there, the temperance reversed, anything that's fake or doesn't feel natural or feels like it's too forced, not going to work right now. Or if they're just like also not naturally got the story in which that they're living. If you are in a relationship, you did get the death card reversed. You're afraid of the relationship ending, and you are in a place where you keep staying trapped in the tomb, and you're staying alive in the tomb. And how many scratch marks are at the top of that tomb, not from the outside, but from the inside? Astro Dice are saying Scorpio, second house, sun. Well, it's time for you to go for what you really want there, partner. It's time for you to really look at the truth about what is the value and the things that you want to manifest and that you deserve to have. It's time for you to do that.
It is time. It is time.
It's time to learn to attract it too, but by being in a space of your self-worth. If you're not going to own your value, then you won't attract shit into your life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's that owningness, being comfortable in your own skin, because that expansion is not going to happen without a little bit of the pressure. Expansion is not going to happen with a little bit of that heat. And without that knowingness, without that self-confidence, that pressure can be a bit overwhelming. That heat can be a bit too much, and you may melt. You may just crumble. Instead of turning me into the diamond that you are, instead of being able to use that momentum and rocket ship up into space, right out of this flat earth, right into that pizza up in the sky or the water. Right?
Did you hear about Jeff Bezos, who is a Capricorn, by the way, who's going to go up to space?
Yeah, I did hear that.
What's up with that? He was digging the deepest tunnel down in the world ever, and then now he's going to space. Like, this guy can't decide. Do you want to be Amazon? And then, what is it? Amazon bought out, what studios did they just bought out? MGM.
Yeah. Yeah, for pretty cheap, too. They got, like, everything.
I guess he's getting what he really wants.
I mean, when you got fuck you money, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Well, it doesn't matter if you have fuck you money or anything. If you just want what you want in life, whatever is in your plethora of life, you can have it.
It just happens to be space.
Yeah.
Maybe he.
But I feel like it's a good lesson for Capricorns watching. I mean, I read that and I went, "Whoa, that's kind of crazy."
Yeah.
So
Bezos.
Yeah, and then I got a weird thing about him. Like, what happens if he gets stuck up there?
Ooh. We get sucked into the black hole.
The butthole of the universe.
The South Node, up in space.
Oh, that's the next sign that we got coming up here. We got Cancers. Where are all my Cancers at? Mars is leaving your sign this week. You had a 12th house solar eclipse. Definitely going to be very, very spiritual, but also come to Jesus moment this week. Come to Buddha. Come to Allah. Come to all of the spiritual places of life when it comes to your life right now. It's time for you to go into the magic and get out of the boring, day-to-day boring life. You need the magic now, Cancer. No more trying to make things that are magical that really aren't. Your first card that you got here is the Ten of Cups. Talk about magic. You got one of the best cards for love in the deck. It's time for you to find that energy that can build the ultimate love, happiness, and everything that you've wanted in your life. You did get the Seven of Swords, though, as the challenge card. Uh-oh. Lie to yourself. Four of Wands in reverse. The marriage card reversed. celebration card reversed. Remember, it's more than celebrating marriage. It could be celebrating a baby or celebrating anything in life. And your way through the challenges, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So I'm seeing this, Cancer. I'm seeing the ultimate true magical happiness for love can happen in your life. But there's a lot of things that either you're lying to yourself about, you're denying a celebration that could be had, or two, you're in a marriage or relationship situation that's not going the way that you want to, and you're lying to yourself. And Queen of Pentacles reversed is telling you to stop holding it, stop giving it so much, stop giving into the lie. But sometimes we can give into lies that are actually blocking good things, right? Like we could be like, you could be telling yourself, you know what? I'm going to deny my real feelings and the magic I feel with one person. So I'm not going to hold on to that lie that you tell yourself. It's like, don't hold on to that lie. Like, don't hold on to the lies right now. Don't hold on to the deceptions. I think that you're telling yourself about. I feel like it's like when I see a 10 of cups and I see a 4 of wands, I mean, those are the two cards in love, like, that you really want to see, especially when it comes to, I'm going to be honest, married people and people that also are wanting to be married. So I got a feeling like, anything that is not holding the weight that is there won't work. But anything that is holding the weight, stop telling yourself the lies that it's not there. It's there. It's going to be interesting. What happened with this? You did get the 6 of wands. There's a celebration to have about something beautiful that is everything that you've ever wanted. But I got a feeling that, that victory is only going to come if it's real. One thing about the 10 of cups is it's real. It's actually a dream that comes true. You've worked through the emotional steps to see it, and it all comes into this like moment of, whoa, it almost feels like the rainbow just like had Timothy Leary just spraying everything that you could think of in the fucking skies. But I think that for you, it has to be like the real aspect of it. Like, you can't be like saying, I've gotten the victory of, and I'm going to get the recognition of something that's beautiful when it's not. Like, there's going to be a lot of that lying. And honestly, this is actually checking the reality with that Queen of Pentacles reversed here, if it really is or not. Why do we get that 4 of wands reversed? You got the Tower card there. I mean, I got to say it, for married couples having really deep issues, you're going to have to be honest about the marriage shit and like either coming to a very hard place that you're going to be afraid to, but it might turn out better once you get there, but you're going to have to be honest. And I think that that's been a thing. If you're single out there, I feel like you're denying yourself of some very, very amazing situation that you keep pushing away. And I got a feeling that you need to really take a look at that a lot deeper. When you come into your astro cards, you did get the void off course. Something's off emotionally. I don't care if you're single or in a relationship. You just keep, something's missing. Something's not clicking all the way. And I think a lot of that is because either A, it's not true love, or B, it's true love and you're too afraid to click it into gear or ask more questions or get more involved. Your oracle card that you got here is the boundaries card. You got this with your challenge too. I almost got a feeling like you're too afraid to cross certain boundaries, and you're also too afraid to, I would say you're afraid to cross boundaries, or you're lying to yourself and saying, no, I can't do that. There's too many boundaries here. I think that you're too afraid you're going to be eaten up no matter what you do. And I think that that's part of your issue. It's like, you're really going to stay contained in the boundaries that are eating you alive already, or are you going to bounce out and step out of your boundary and comfort zone because the boundaries that you've created are lies with the 7 of swords there. When it comes to your shadow, you did get, the fated to suffer. You just think that no matter what's going to happen, things are going to suffer. You're suffering already. So this is about learning to get out of the suffering and face it with that Tower card and face it with that 4 of wands reverse. Like, why are you avoiding the celebration of your life, or why are you not being honest that it's not that celebratory anymore? Your Ganesha card is, look at this, energetic movement. It's time to make moves. It's time to make energetic moves, a lot of powerful moves. Time to make the moves that are going to shake things up in your life. You're going to have to shake it up, Cancer. Mars is in your sign, then it comes into Leo, and there's a solar eclipse in your 12th house. This is endings, and the only way to get to those new movements is you got to move out of things. Energetic movement. If you're a single Cancer out there, you got the 8 of cups. It is like something from, it's like time for you to look at the emotions you've walked away from and go, should you have walked away, or did somebody walk away from you? Getting to the point about what that is. Definitely always also deals with people from the past very intensely. So there's definitely energy about somebody has walked away or you walked away and re-looking at if that walk away was the right move or not. Or somebody is just walking away and that you're dating. And if you're in a relationship, oh, wow, you got the King of Wands in reverse. So definitely there is, your partner is definitely not holding the love, or they're holding too much love and you're not holding the love, or vice versa. But there's definitely some energetic movement that needs to realize that this really is not sitting on the crown of thorns of love. It's sitting on a crown of thorns and sitting on a throne of crap.
It's a house of fucking lies.
Well, I don't think maybe hardcore, but like lies of love.
Lies of love.
Second house Mars, and we got that in Capricorn. So it's an exalted Mars. It's definitely about what do you really want in your life, and fucking take the steps to go get it and be determined and do it, instead of being too emotional and not making moves and expecting it to just happen. And you have to make it happen. You have to be the energetic movement. You have to go after it.
Mm-hmm. You are that energy force in your life that's going to be creating the love, because containment is just going to breed contamination. If you're just sitting in that filth, if you're just sitting in that doubt, if you're holding yourself in this little box or this little glass house, whatever you want to be holding yourself in, you got to get out and get that fresh air, you know? Mask off, baby. Let that sun shine on you. That's that energetic force of the universe, too. That's just going to breed the self-confidence. That's going to breed the hope. That's going to breed your energy. That's going to tap into it and pull you forward. It's that momentum in life that's going to continue us on this path that we have chosen. It's the momentum in life that's going to actually allow us to say, fucking hey, David, I'm happy today.
Fucking A.
I'm not where I was yesterday. I'm feeling damn good, but are you going to actually embrace that? That's what comes down to you always.
Well, and I think that that's important, because I think that if people are not going to embrace the happiness that they want in their life and just keep embracing what they don't like, it just always ends in a terrifying story and very alone too. And it's horrible. Honestly, it becomes a zombie. You keep thinking that it's going to be great. It's a zombie. We got Sages now. These are the signs right here. Sag people, Sag rising, Sag suns and moons that are definitely having some big relationship stuff. As we just had a phone call, it was Sag rising and big relationship stuff going on. So let's see what's going on with the Sages for this week in your love story. First card that we got here is the Hermit, the crotchety card. Ooh, owie mama. You did get the Seven of Pentacles in reversed as your challenge card here. You did get the Wheel of Fortune, though, overall. So a lot of good luck here if you allow the wheel to turn. And you did get the Ace of Swords in reversed. Okay. Sag, you are a wise one, but maybe you're not as wise as you think when it comes to the truth about where you're not getting a return. Because you're not getting a return in certain situations, and you think that you could somehow wise yourself out of this. You can figure it out. You keep going into this individual place with that, whether it's in yourself or even alone in a room, and you keep thinking of ways of how you're going to get the return of investment that you put into energy of people and all this stuff. When really, I think that you need to take more chances. You need to take more chances in new places. You need to take more chances in places that are actually where you want to go. I almost feel like you know where the Wheel of Fortune lies. I feel like you know where the fortune lies of actual love. We do got on this Wheel of Fortune, we do got the lion, and we got the bunny, and what is that? And the goat. So I think that, it's kind of interesting, because looking at this Wheel of Fortune card, I feel like you know where to hop to the love that's going to be the ultimate for your life. But I feel like you're denying it by trying to figure out these stupid situations that don't deliver anything back. You put in all this work, you get nothing back. And it doesn't ever become clear where to go. You got to stop that. Why did you get this Hermit card? You got the Page of Swords. I think that it's time to be very clear instead of like deep and understanding. It's just like, this is it. It doesn't work or it works. But I got a feeling that for you, you're looking at all this stuff that honestly, why would you be doing the Hermit at the beginning of this and being crotchety? Is because you continue to keep searching for something when you already have the facts. You already have the quick answer. So stop trying to act like you don't have the answer to the things. You have the answer. It's time to execute them in your life and take a chance in new areas and try new things. I think that you're not taking enough chances. And you got the Hermit again when it comes to the Wheel of Fortune. So you're blocking fortune out of your life of where you know you need to go because you want to just try and be wise, and you're too afraid to just cut ties with where there's just been so much work. And I think that you're afraid of what people are going to think about you. The Hermit tries to hide because it doesn't want to be seen. I think that you're too afraid of what the repercussions are about what other people are going to think. More people are going to support you than the other way around. You're going to get more attraction in all directions. The Wheel of Fortune will give you everything that you need. And you know where that answer is. You got the Page of Swords here. You got the Capricorn. It's time for you to grow up. It's time for you to make decisions in your life, and it's time for you to execute them, especially about the truth. Look at this. You got the Psychic card. You're super psychically aware of where the work's not working, and more importantly, where things are not clear. So your psychic intuition is correct, not your wisdom that you think that you got. And your Shadow card that you pulled up is, alone in the world. You feel alone in whether you're in a relationship or not. And that has to end. That Hermit twice and alone in the world, you feel alone, and you know fortune's waiting there, but you continue to stay alone instead of walk out of the room and get into the fortune that you really want, or go towards the fortune that you want, or execute it and make it known. One thing about Capricorn is it shows up and it stakes its claim and follows its intuition here with that Psychic card. Your Ganesha card that you got here is the relaxation. It's time to go into a place where you don't have to worry anymore, and it's super easy. Fortune's relaxing. Like, this is a time for you to relax into something beautiful and great. And if you're not in that place where you're relaxing and you feel super great, or this card could mean that you're being really lazy about things, you're not stepping into things. It's going to be one of the two. If you're single out there, you did pull the Queen of Swords. I mean, you need to be very clear about what you want, and you also have to be with a partner that's very clear and knows the direction, like actually can see literally the direction and be on that same page. If you ask somebody and they don't know the direction, then out. If you're in a relationship, you got the Queen of Wands. Are you really happy and fiery in love? If you're not, it doesn't work. If you are, then you need to find out how to make that fortune and that love work. But you have to ask yourself if you're passionate and super excited love. Queen of Wands is fired up about love. And with alone in the world and a hermit and a part of fortune, that's the big question. Why are you hermiting? Why do you feel alone? Why is that love aspect is coming up here? You're going to have to answer that yourself. That's not for me to do, but I'll ask one card on that. The World card. Something's coming to a close and an end and a new story. So, or the relationship trying to find a new story, but I don't know if it's going to find a new story with a Ace of Swords reversed here as a challenge and as Seven of Pentacles. I feel like it's a lot of hard work, and it's going to just be the same cycle all over again. So especially when we got a World card and Wheel of Fortune here, it's like there's a new world out there that you got to find the fortune in. Your Astro dice are, you did get the Sun in the second house. Or no, sorry, it's Gemini Sun. Or that's Mars, the light. Mars in Gemini, and you got that in the fourth house. It's time for you to find the emotional stimulation that you need in your life. Have you got a feeling that you're really bored and you're emotionally not stimulated, and you're not also getting the emotional clarity that you want because you're too afraid to jump for the emotional things that you really want in your life? And say it. You're going to have to say what you really want emotionally. And if you're not getting it, then, and it might sound crazy, but that's mood rings for you.
So that's mood rings?
Rings, yeah.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. The flipping and the flopping. So
yeah,
the meshing of all the emotions instead of being precise with how you feel, instead of saying, okay, no, this pisses me off. I actually love this and I hate this. It's being that precise is what's going to actually bring the person or the situation or yourself to your place in life that you want to be, that you've always wished and dreamed about, but you've only thought, but it's always kind of wishy. Oh, I could maybe be this. Oh, I could maybe do that. Or maybe I can get this individual. No, you can. You can if you actually put that force behind it, if you put that thought, and then you put your momentum. We speak about momentum all the time because it is extremely important in progressing your life forward and getting the things and accomplishing the goals that you want to get done and checking those boxes, crossing those T's and dotting those I's. I think you talked about that on one of the horoscopes this week.
I definitely did.
Definitely did. You definitely did. But you can get always exclusive on highvibe.tv. Become a subscriber today.
Yes, you can.
And love is always here, but you got to be willing to go and get it. You got to be willing to put yourself out there, and you got to be willing to get burned sometimes because that's love.
We're on the last two. I know Leo's one of them. I don't know what the other one. I think maybe it's Pisces. Pisces. And the last one is after Pisces going to be, what did I guess? Yeah. Oh, Libra. I guess the Leo one's missing. Oh, no. Or did it fly out over here?
Maybe it flew somewhere.
Oh, it did. So we have Libra and Leo last.
3 left.
All right, Pisces, let's see what's going on with your love life. We are pulling out a new deck. We're pulling out the Botticelli deck for you. We're pulling out Botticelli. Woo! Actually, last night, Craig and I recorded 3 hours of horoscopes here, and I used this whole deck, and there was times when I'm waiting in between shoots, and I literally shuffled this deck the whole time I was just in between shoots. Like, yep, we're ready to go. Okay. So this deck has been shuffled more than I have shuffled any deck probably in years. So it's quite reset. Let's see what's going to go on for you in your love life this week. You did pull the 10 of Swords as your first card here. You did pull for your challenge card here, the 3 of Cups. And you did get the 7 of Cups here as your overall card. You got the World card here as your way through things. Wow, it's so funny. These cards are so bright. They're coming out like, woo. So, Pisces, I got to say this. Looking at this 10 of Swords, okay, these are just patterns that you just don't want to keep going through, right? Like, she's sitting on the ground. It's like she's down there. It's almost begging, I'm going to be honest. Like, don't be begging anymore, especially over, this idea of a good time or somebody that's really social or they really don't care about you. I'm pulling that one up. Or if it's coming from weird social places that you met somebody, these things got to end. Especially your overall here is to look at what your dream life really could be. And I feel like it's not from a place of like a party or some sort of like crazy kind of like, I don't know why I'm getting like an Instagram party vibe, or I'm getting kind of like a vibe of like, it's like over excess. This World card's trying to show you like you can have the world that's really the party in your life, but it's your own world, not the world that everybody else is doing. And I got a feeling like that for you, it's time for you to get over the patterns of like kind of choosing what you think is kind of the cool way to go for a relationship, or thinking that somebody's cool, and go with whatever world works for you in your life, and be open to finding and understanding what is the dream that you really want to have in your life. You got that 10 of Swords because you got the King of Swords in reverse. So I don't think that you're very clear about the patterns, and I think that you need to become clear about them. I'd say that part of that clarity, we'll ask one card, what do they need to be clear? It's the pattern of you just wanting to start this love over and over and over and over again, probably with somebody, repeated. It's like nonstop. I'm going to keep trying love in this direction. I'm going to keep trying love in this direction. It's like that needs to end. When it comes to that 7 of Cups, you did pull the Ace of Swords reversed. It's like you're not willing to look at all these other options or other dreams or other fantasies that your love life can go in. Maybe different worlds, maybe different, environments that you could be in. Maybe it's always the same kind of environment. And when the 3 of Cups, it's a social environment. It's almost like they got to look like this. They got to be doing this. They got to do that. Or there's the same theme going on. But it's probably against who you are in the world you live. So like me, right? I'm an astrologer. It'd be like me trying to date somebody who fucking didn't like astrology. Like, it's just not the same world. And so I think that you really are going to have to stop this. I'm going to keep doing the same pattern that I can't see clearly, which is me restarting the same flame that I think is going to happen with the same person or the same kind of person nonstop. Your astro card that you got is the Chiron. It's time to do some healing with you, but I think that the big part of this is like, stop being the weirdo in the room. Stop being the weird situation. Like, there's a lot that doesn't need to keep happening there with being really weird about these like situations where you're holding on the shit that you don't want to hold on to anymore, or being treated like the weirdo because like you are being the weirdo because you're choosing to stay in the situations. Like, you continue to want to hold these crappy situations. You got the Water card here. It's time for you to like realize that the world that you really want is an emotional world, and one where people really are going to fulfill the emotional energies, and one where it's a world not based upon the emotions of what's exciting or stimulating or what's trendy, but actually what's actually, a place that's a world that's going to be emotionally good for you. This is a solar eclipse in your 4th house. It's time to pay attention to your home and your family and the kind of embedding that you want to have in your life. When it comes to your shadow card, you did get, the Triumph of the Lies. I get a feeling you're dealing with somebody who's constantly lying to you about why you keep trying to reset, or you're lying to yourself that you can never have better, beautiful things in the world with the Seven of Cups right here. And especially with this Ace of Swords reversed, it's almost like you're triumphing the lies as you lying and saying there's nothing better else out there and keep looking at the same stupid person, especially this person, constantly. What does Ganesha have to say for Pisces?
Oh, Ganesha, fishy.
You did get acceptance. So, a lot of this also looking, it's Ganesha pregnant, accepting in the womb. Like, it's time to accept like what really is and what really isn't. And I think that for you, acceptance of your world and stop getting caught up in this social kind of like world or like what you think. Like you need to accept what's really nourishing and positive for you in your emotional life. And I think it's about, the acceptance of like what is a pattern that just continues to go. Accepting, meaning you're accepting that that's not working. Accepting that, you can actually have the dream in your life that you really want, but not resetting it and restarting it and ending it and then resetting and restarting it with Chiron energy there in the same energy, in the same pattern. That's not acceptable, right? What's acceptable is that a new version of this and a new dream and a new way and new energy can take you in a much better space. If you're a single one out there, you got the Empress. Find somebody that wants to go build a life together with you and offers all those things and also values you very deeply and cares about you deeply and actually is more focused on what is being created. And even I got a feeling for some Pisces out there because we got a maternal acceptance and we got an Empress that has to deal with fertility and babies and so forth like that. Or your kids, if you have kids, like somebody really cares about your kids, somebody cares about you or wants to have a kid. And we got the Three of Pentacles up here for those that are in relationships. That's, I hate to say it, there's a third party involved. You're thinking about somebody else or that other person is thinking about somebody else and you got to get to the bottom of that shit. Or you guys aren't being able to build the things together and there's still always a third party or there's still some other person or there's a psychologist or there's somebody else. There's something that shouldn't have to be there. Or you ended up doing a threesome because you're trying to bring positivity back. That's not working. You got Pluto in the 6th of Taurus. I mean, this is definitely done with the ways that are a life that's not building what you really want to build. So, stop being obsessed over people and situations with a life that's not going to fit with your life.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes we think that we...
Harsh, critical people, too.
What was that?
They can be very harsh and critical people, too.
Yeah, and maybe that's something that these Pisces need to take in for themselves. Maybe they're kind of getting pushed over in the situation and living somebody else's life, swimming down somebody else's stream.
Good one.
Right? So what it is that when we come to that kind of fork in the road, or we'll continue with that little stream method, it's what feels right for us. Sometimes we can say, okay, this path, it's shiny, all those street lights are on, but hey, it's a bit longer. Instead of taking those risks, instead of taking that step in the hypothetical wrong direction when people are pointing us down one way and we say, no, I'm going to go by the beat of my own drum. That's where you find that longevity. That's where you find that independence. That's where you're able to kind of mold yourself instead of allowing somebody to dictate your emotions. Because we get caught up. We start to reflect other people. We start to, when they're in bad moods, when they kind of put doubt on us, we let it affect us when it doesn't need to. It doesn't need to in that certain level of love, because it should be unconditional at one point. You have that unconditional love for yourself, don't you? A lot of people don't. A lot of people lose it, and it shouldn't be that. We might not always like ourselves. We might not always like the decisions that we made, but we still have that love for us. We still have that trust, that divine spirit that's within all of us that's going to be there forever. So don't allow anybody to dictate your life or your future or the path that you're going.
No, it's like I had an interview for some magazine thing today and like I had to type everything out and I tried to use a dictation service where I just do my voice, but everything I said didn't turn out right. When you try and use on Apple CarPlay and you try and use Siri to do a text, it always is like, oh gosh, no, I didn't say that. And then it's just like, now it causes more complications. Like don't let somebody dictate your life for you. Never goes right. Like there is no perfect dictation system in life. There's no relationship that's going to be Siri for you and work out right. We did get second to last is Leo. So Libras will be last.
Like the fucking heater just kicked on or something. just me?
No, I'm hot too. Well, the AC, I turned the AC off because it was kind of cold when we got in here.
The last like 5 minutes or something, I'm like sweating over here.
It's funny. I was starting to get under my armpits here. I'm like, but it's the computer too. It's hot. It's pushing all the heat out.
I'm feeling hot.
All right,
hot,
let's
hot.
see what's going on with Leo's. Solar eclipse in the 11th. It's all about people. Saturn in the 7th. Oof. And Mars coming into Leo this week is going to get hot, 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 hot. It's already getting hot. He's Leo rising, Leo moon. I'm Leo rising, Sun and Leo. It's already getting hot. We can feel Mars coming in Leo. Woo!
I'm looking to get hot and...
First card that we got is the Page of Wands in reversed here. Challenge card that we got here is the 8 of Cups. Overall, the 4 of Cups reversed. And the way through this challenge is the Ace of Pentacles. Well, Leo, this is kind of a weird one. Of course, when the Page of Wands is in reversed, it feels like nobody's showing their love the way that we might want to expect it from, or that maybe they're not saying much or they're not expressing their heart. So, it's like within us, it's like, maybe you could feel like you're expressing yourself more, but, we're going to have to look at this 8 of Cups. The challenge here is like, do you stay or do you go, right? Because it's a challenge. It's like, do you move out away emotionally? Where do you go? Like, if you're not feeling the love, or the love isn't coming towards you the way that they're expressive, what do you do? Well, this overall here is this 4 of Cups reversed. You don't want to miss out on any gifts, but this Ace of Pentacles is here. So it's almost, that's always a fresh start card, but it's also a card of knowing your worth and value. And so I almost feel like for you, it's like, you're going to have a hard call this week. What is it for you when it comes to love that really can create the life that you want? And that has that expression. Because one thing about Leo is we're all about expression. But you also don't want to miss out on any gifts. So we're going to have to get a little deeper into this. What's up with the expression thing? Oh, 10 of Cups. You can't build the ultimate fantasy life with anybody who can't express that fantasy life out itself. So you're going to have to remember that one. And if you can't express yourself over the fantasy life that you want, well, there's an issue with that too. But I would say that, that 10 of Cups, she really wants that blood. She's very happy, and she's very happy. She's very satisfied with all of that. She's very happy. But the 10 of Cups is one of the best cards for love. But you know what? That love's only going to come from people that are showing up to express it. But if people can't show up to express it, that's not going to be able to happen. 4 of Cups, missing out on gifts, the devil. Well, you don't want to miss out on something that you feel trapped in.
Not today, Satan.
So, you don't want to feel trapped because you don't want to miss out on some sort of gift, but you're going to have to follow expression. Page of Wands reversed. 8 of Cups is your challenge to stay or go. Ace of Pentacles, it's not whether you stay or go, it's creating the life that you want and not worried about what other people think, especially if they're not expressing themselves. And then if you leave, that's the way they express themselves, and that's even more of an indication. But make sure that you let people know they're not expressing themselves and give them a chance. But, you don't want to be trapped in something that you don't want to be trapped in. You got the Sun card. Oh, my gosh, Leo. Remembering that you are the expression and soul of love and the fantasy love that everybody dreams about having, that you embody that. But you have to understand how to deal with people, but you also have to know what your soul is. And, there's people that are going to understand that soul and be willing to fit that spot, and there are people that are not. Definitely very 11th house that we're going through with the solar eclipse and Mars and Leo. You don't want to use this Mars and Leo about going into things that you're going to feel stuck in. The Oracle card that we got is the new moon. Definitely a new energy here. And a solar eclipse. I mean, this is definitely going to be very intense about whether or not some things are going or staying or being built up to the highest accord here. This is definitely something new that is building and very exciting coming in, and whether you keep it or stay with it. Be very interesting there. The shadow card is the parasite. So I feel like, if anybody's kind of taking advantage or taking everything and not really able to express their happiness or not really express their soul self, the Sun card here, the 10 of Cups, but then the Page of Wands reversed, that's parasitic. It's also a devil card here with a 4 of Cups, almost like missing out on the gift by being stuck in something that's parasitic. You're going to have to really ask yourself, is something trying to be the host and take everything and not express the happiness at what you want, or taking on somebody who's not unhappy in their life or not, that doesn't know how to be happy? That's a big one. Ganesh is showing up. What does Ganesha got here?
Oh, Ganesh. pressure.
Concentration. Well, I mean, I feel like for you, it's going to feel like, there's a lot to look at here and a lot to concentrate on. What's that concentration about? The Queen of Swords in reversed. Yeah. Not knowing where things are going right now, or with people who don't know where things are going or don't know how to act. I think the big question here, Leo, is do you constantly have to be the one that's figuring everything out, or is there a party that also wants to help figure things out together and shows up the same way that you do? With the Sun card and the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is the wife and the family and the kids. They both definitely knew what they wanted and they went for it and then they jumped for it and they made it happen. And the Sun card, they put the sun to it. But that Page of Wands there, and that is our card to look at, and that's reversed. And that's a very un-Leo thing, or being around people that could trap you. Why concentrate on things if it's not clear? That's a trap in itself. If you're single out there, Leo, you are dealing with 10 of Wands in reverse. Get rid of anybody that's too much weight, or dealing with people who have too much weight to even get in a relationship. Because why try a relationship with somebody who says, oh, I'm too busy or I have too much going on right now? Or that's somebody that would be too much to take on weight-wise. But also if you're single, like you better be willing if you're asking or you're asked to be in a relationship and you're going to say yes, but you have too much weight, then you don't get trapped into that weird mess. If you're in a relationship, 9 of Pentacles reversed. It's almost like you have to remember what your power is, what your value is, and what to attract, what you really want to attract in your life. So in your relationship, you're not getting what you want. Where's the attraction issue going on in the attracting of energy? Or are you giving all of your energy away and not receiving what you want? And so that's going to be a big question for you about what's really going on with your love life here. When it comes to your Astro Dice, you did get 11th house. How funny. That's the house Scorpio and Ceres. So it's time for you to build the world that you want through knowing what you really want, like Scorpio. Like it's a Scorpio party or not in the world that you want. And it's about exciting and fun people that are real. You can only build anything from somebody who's vulnerable and real. The main thing though, Scorpio is just fully naked of energy and all the way of expression of the depth, not only of the love, but of the depth. But that's the 11th house. You got to see who really understands the social aspects and the interesting elements of things, and also is truly that's going to be able to build from that raw and authentic place and is not trying to hide.
Yeah, because authenticity can be kind of like a lost art these days.
I would say it's like very few people are very authentic anymore.
Like mummies, or something around that, some mythical creature. Like Voldemort, but on the opposite side. Like the never-ending story. Like the
nothingness, but it's almost like, it's almost like, I don't know. I felt like the little boy in Never-Ending Story was the non-authentic one.
You hate him. You hate him.
I hate him. I think he was a loser.
I mean,
how it took him to the end of the fucking book to realize that he's the one, like he's got to believe. Come on, and he's all alone up in the fucking rafters in some creepy place by himself reading a book. The kid's gonna be a serial killer when he's older. He's dreaming of Falcor and being a Atreyu when he's the farthest to be in that shit.
So would you assume that he's a Virgo then?
I wouldn't even put a sign to him.
He's
non-zodiac.
He's nothingness.
He is the nothingness.
He is the nothingness.
He was the whole time.
So don't be the nothingness, people.
He was the whole time. So anybody who likes that kid, if that's your favorite character in that movie, your favorite character should be Atreyu and fucking Falcor. That's it. Those are the only two that had the courage to do everything and figure it all out. Everybody else was weak. Even the queen was weak, or the princess. She was weakling because she gave in to the little boy. Man, such a sad world. That goes to that authenticness, though, right? A lot of people with that little boy trying to live their life authentically through a book where they're the nothingness in the book, and they're letting the book define them.
Correct. Well, the book laid out a plan, so to speak, just like, when we walk outside, there's a plan saying what you should wear, what you should look like. You should be this, you should do that. And then you kind of piece together this this life by, it's almost like a stained glass window, so to speak. Just not as beautiful, just as fragile, though.
Yeah, but I think if you look at these two Leo risings, we just made these sets up. Like, there's nobody else doing this. Nobody else doing a show like this. Nobody else taking callers in the middle of a tarot show and doing astrology and giving them advice. There's nobody fucking that makes it with fucking old books right now. That's not trendy. It's trendy to look like fucking some rapper or something. Fuck that shit. Like, you know, it's like go with wherever you like, whatever makes you feel good. Right. That's authentic. And being able to express it. If you can't express it, then you can't say it. It can be in your head. But if you don't live it, then you're just like the little boy who fucking is just going to be stuck in your basket case fucking upstairs with your little fucking packed up fucking peanut butter and jelly that your mom that fucking already is looking up medication for you to be on, made for you.
Uncrustables.
That kid doesn't even deserve Uncrustables. The mom didn't even put that much in.
So he's getting the two end pieces.
He's getting the two end pieces.
Not
Yeah, the mom's like, I'm keeping that shit for the other kids and for me.
When was the last time you had an English muffin?
Like a week ago.
Oh, I just got a pack. So.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Toasted on one side, butter on one side.
Toasted one side, non-toasted the other?
Englishman in New York. Never know that from Sting? And a true Englishman only has his toast burn on one side. That's what an English muffin is. It's about one side of it being burnt.
Yeah, well, back-to-back World War champs, baby.
I know my English family here. It's been a long time on the English side of things. That's what an English muffin is. Toasted on one side.
There's a revolution, baby.
All right, last one's Libras.
Bam.
The Libras.
There you go, Ann.
There you go, Ann. Let's see what's going on.
We made it.
You get that little extra shuffle. All right, Libras, let's see what's going on for your love life this week. First card here is the Eight of Swords. Owie. Trapped.
English muffins with honey and peanut butter.
Your challenge is the King of Cups. Your overall here is the Two of Cups in reversed. Soulmate card reversed. And the way you get through this is the Nine of Cups. Reversed. Gotta try and be positive here. But it's kind of hard. This is a rough reading. I mean, Eight of Swords. I mean, this is where you're feeling like you're trapping yourself in your own toxicity. You're kind of swimming in your own shit. Probably because you don't know how to take command of your emotions. King of Cups. Maybe you're unsure about choices emotionally, or you're unsure about expressing your emotions fully. King of Cups is under control of the emotions, but that's your challenge. And then you got your soulmate energy reversed here. So it almost feels like there's, pull out emotionally, or maybe you're pulling out emotionally, or somebody else is pulling out emotionally. Or is it really a soulmate thing, or is it not? And we got the Nine of Cups here in reversed here. It's like, don't be too excited if you don't even have control of how to deal with your emotions here. It's important for you to remember that, you have to take a better look at how you deal with your emotional life here and not get too excited over things that you might be, you got a lot of things where energy's pulling out, you're pulling out, or energy's being pulled out, and you got to really look at that shit. We're going to have to get deeper on this. What did we get here? You did pull the Five of Swords in reverse, not trying hard enough. So there's an aspect here of not trying hard enough to kind of get yourself out of your own toxic energy. You could be dealing with feeling like you're kind of in your own toxic vibe, or you're in your own shadows about weird shit, and you're not trying hard enough to fix them or deal with them. Five of Swords throws down the sword and gives up, doesn't show up. Too afraid of pushing people away by holding on to shit, holding on to toxic shit. You did pull the Page of Cups. So it's important for you to express the emotions that you want, but you also need to understand the emotions. If you have a partner who's not expressing where they're at emotionally with you, then they're not, you can't be with them. But if you're the person not expressing your emotions, well, then guess what? They're pulling out. So you're pulling out if you're expressing all your emotions and you're not getting anything back, or they're pulling out if you're not expressing your emotions. You got the Uranus card. This is going to be a wild, unpredictable week. It's trying to move you forward into new directions, but it's unpredictable. You don't know where things are going to go. But remember, Uranus is always trying to take you up. So if you're not willing to go up in your life, and you're not going to try hard to try something different or something, whatever, well, Uranus won't be fun. It can be good, though, is if you're willing to show up and get out of the toxic world and the toxic energy and show 5 of Swords reversed. You got to try a little bit harder here. When it comes to your Oracle card, you did get the gratitude card. So, I think it's about importance of understanding gratitude. But at the same time, since you do have a 9 of Cups and you do have the King of Cups, it's almost like, do you even understand what you really got or what you could have? I think that's something that you're going to have to really kind of look at. You don't want to like take something for granted. And you also, at the same time, if you're not really grateful for something or you're really not really into something, then why are you? No wonder you're kind of confused emotionally right now with your life. Or where do you really feel that the gratitude is of the emotions that you want? Is there something different out there that you want? Is there something that you're not putting a lot of effort into because it's toxic, because it's too intense for you or it's too deep to bring out your real truth? What's your shadow with all this? Today for tomorrow. How weird is that? Nothing's going to change. If you can't confront something today, it'll be the same tomorrow. And I got a feeling that you keep avoiding things fully and just keep trying to keep pushing the ball down the court. But, the whole part of every sport, I don't care what sport you're using, when it goes down the court, it's going to go back the other way. And I almost feel like, you're afraid to go the other way. So you just keep thinking that you can stay on one side of the court the whole time. You can't do that. You can't just, tomorrow's not going to change if you don't change it today. And I've got a feeling that you're in stall mode. I feel, especially with 8 of Swords here, you feel very stuck. But you got some warnings here of pull out emotionally from somebody, or you're pulling out emotionally. Either way, you're pulling out emotionally because you're stuck. So your emotions aren't fully there. What's Ganesha going to do to help you out here?
Oh, Ganesha, help us. Help us, please.
We got the courage. You're going to have courage in your life. That's what's attractive, and that's what's going to be your big message this week. You're going to have the courage to get out of your toxic shit. You're going to have the courage to try new things. You're going to have the courage to express your emotions. You have the courage to make change. You're going to have the courage to also understand where you're emotionally at in life, and you're going to have courage. You're going to have to show it. Courage is also, it's with the Lion, Leo. You're going to have to show that courage intensely. You're going to have to show up in expression. It takes courage to express yourself. You have issues expressing yourself right now. That's the big thing. If you are single, 4 of Wands. It's time for you to find it's time to express yourself and have the courage to take the bounty of what you want in your life, or to find the celebration, or to find the thing that you really want for marriage, or whatever. You got to go for what you really want. You got to have the courage to do it. Stop going for the things that you don't want in your life, or the things that you kind of want. Only the things that you really want in your life. Or somebody that celebrates you, that you are celebrated about, that you're celebrating for. If you're in a relationship, you got Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So this is definitely trying to start something in a relationship, or the relationship stalled out and it's not moving into the fresh new direction that you want. Definitely because there's either something that's holding that up. And this is in the line of dealing with emotional issues and a pullout, and also not confronting things in the moment and keep pushing them off for the next day. Your Astro dice are 10th house, Leo, Saturn. So, it's time to be responsible and grow up and make bigger choices about what you want in your love life, but it could also feel restricted about love because, you know what? It's time for you to grow up. There's some big grow up lessons here about learning to express yourself, but you're denying that, and you're trying to be too, presentable in a way instead of authentic and just real. And this is the issue of Saturn and Leo, and the Saturn in 10th house is, trying to be perfect or be a certain way for the public or for people to like. But with Leo could give a fuck about that, or doesn't play by the rules. And you got to learn that you're restricting yourself from your heart by trying to do things of what you think you should be doing and playing by some sort of weird rule. That's what we got for the Zodiac this week on this solar eclipse, and Mercury retrograde Cassini on the eclipse, and Mars coming into Leo, and Venus square Chiron, and the moon with Venus and the moon with Mars, all within just days of each other. That's going to be wild. That's going to be wild to see the moon in the signs of the sun and the moon that are meeting up right now in a solar eclipse, and with Venus and Mars. This is going to be dramatic love story stuff.
I'm down for some love. I can fuck with
drama.
I can fuck with some love. Nah.
Hey, wait, let's pull one card from that TV deck I got. Where is that deck?
Who knows?
Oh, no, I just saw it on the TV. The TV deck. Am I looking at it?
One more to rule the world.
Oh, here it is.
One card, one man.
So we're going to, because it's a drama week for love, drama out of the world, we're going to see which TV show pops up that's going to represent this week for all of our love stories. What do you think it's going to be? It'll be a TV show.
Something super juicy. TV show, let's see, fucking Maury Povich.
Ooh! Hey, Craig, the results are in.
What are they?
You are not the father.
Thank you, sweet baby.
The TV show of the drama we're all going to go through, extreme drama, is going to be... Is this Sonny and Cher? Like,
Yeah, they had a show.
It's
good then.
the Six of Wands of Victory.
Yeah, that's good.
The energy of Sonny and Cher that comes together. Is this Sonny and Cher? Take a look at it and tell me that you think that's Sonny and Cher. No.
That's the
Well, fuck them. What's the other show?
Nerds.
Oh, Game of Thrones?
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe somebody in the chat can help us with who the hell are these people? Is it that 70s show? Maybe that's what it is. No, I don't know. Do I got the... Oh, here, hold on. I can find it right now. Is that the sun card itself?
Mork and Mindy. So that's Robin.
Hold on.
Mork and Mindy.
No, it's the Lovers card.
Perfect.
But
Looks
I'm
like
trying
we
to
all
s-
be
I'm trying to see
fucking
the show that is the Lovers
Mork
card.
and Mindy. It's Robin Williams.
They don't tell you the shows.
Young Robin. Young Robin. Hello. Hello, everybody. Make sure everyone travels safe this week also. If you're traveling from all around the United States or the world, who knows? Maybe there's some international travelers coming out to join us all in Utah this week. Who knows?
Mork and Mindy mate with Game of Thrones.
Well, if I could switch, there we go.
Yes. So follow us on our Facebook group, the Leo King and High Vibe TV Facebook group. If you're not on Facebook, follow us on our stories on Instagram at the Leo Kingdom and at Chief Mojo Rising.
2 E's.
2 E's on the Chief. Or follow High Vibe Instagram
that'd be good.
too.
Follow High Vibe.
And if you're on High Vibe and you're not going out, we've already filmed all the content for all the horoscope stuff, so you're not going to be left to dry. And
Let's get weird.
we're going to get weird. And we love all you. Please spread this video. Click that like button. We really appreciate it. And we're going to be adding this call, but also be a member of High Vibe so you can, if you want to get more deep with our shows that we do here, full disclosure. And of course, we're creating a show where I'm going to do an astrology call every week where I take multiple callers of High Vibers only and be asking questions and stuff about charts, stuff like that. So we got a lot coming up. We got I got a thing with Nicole Brenny coming up soon. We're going to be doing a Mercury video and then doing a special event with her with Mercury and how to really change your whole life by understanding your Mercury. We got a lot of other stuff.
Will
we
Nichols going to be coming
Will
down
Nichols
here.
going to be coming down here. We got we got Tim Losey. He's going to come out here to the studios. That's going to be exciting.
Heck yeah.
I was just looking at the flights for him, so we got
Awesome.
him that'll be in here, and I'm very excited to bring Tim on. By the way, he's been on High Vibe for years and with the Future Life, but he's an astrologer that if you didn't know about him, and he's been on High Vibe forever. If you haven't found him out there, Apollodite, he's one of the best astrologers I've ever known in my life, and I'm very proud of him, and we can't wait to have him here. And there's just a lot of great things going on, and we'd love for you to join High Vibe. Go to highvibe.tv or just go on the app and you can subscribe through Apple, Roku, or Google Play Store. Appreciate you all, and we'll see you in the next Deep Love Tarot.